So we just go.
And we're live. Let's go.
iLico.
No, who commented?
Oh, I was like, Athena B. Ham.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah, that's my
That's your friend.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
offer her something.
Yeah, that's my homegirl.
All right. Well, I know a way that, we were, anyways.
Yeah, she tuning in.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for doing that. Every time I start the Streamlabs, man, it always defaults back to the
It wasn't doing that originally,
That's
though.
real.
No,
Yeah.
it's had like 2 or 3 updates in the past couple weeks, man, and it's just like I don't know. I know that them and OBS have some shit going on together. Like they basically
OBS.
stole all of OBS's stuff. Like they're not even the same company, but like their websites are identical, dude.
Oh, yeah.
So
What? I used to use OBS when I was live streaming for Cincinnati public schools, and I've done the same thing. Like I've had people message on the school board like, "There's no audio going."
Yeah,
I'm like, Shit.
I don't know why it just keeps defaulting, man. Because it's supposed to save
It's like, why
all
would
the
it default?
presets.
Why would it default to muting the audio?
Right.
That's silly.
Yeah, but Streamlabs, so they basically like mocked everything OBS did, and then did it in like a skins form, right? That made it easier for kids to use. And OBS was just like, dude, like they lost so much that they're like, hey, let's just collaborate. Like instead of us suing you, let's just team together and make something.
Right.
So I don't know if that's what they're working on right now, but I do feel like OBS had better color though, like a better picture quality. I don't know if like Streamlabs dumbs it down a little,
Right.
or if it's just all just going through like YouTube and everything, and it all gets. I think it gets crushed down to 1080 out of here.
Are you shooting in 4K right now?
We're doing 1080p with 60 frames per second.
Oh, cool. Well, anyways, I didn't miss anything too cool. Just some a little bit of this and that, some film knowledge stuff, some iLico stuff. We're looking at more messages.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, we're good now. Yep, appreciate it. Yep, cool.
Yeah, she tuning
Yeah,
in
good
all the way
gig.
from New York.
Shout out.
All the way
Oh
from New
shit!
York.
Well, she's not gonna be able to pop in then. We're gonna have to send her something.
Now she we talked yesterday. and
Does she live in New
Hey,
York?
I'm going to New
She-
York
she
on
was in the
Wednesday. Bro.
Marines.
I'll give it to her.
So she,
Oh yeah, he's heading to New York
I'm
next
going
week.
to New York on Wednesday. I'll give it to her if she's in the city.
all right.
Is she in the city?
And this, she,
Like New York City or like New York?
it's,
We're gonna be in Jersey too, but
I forget. It's like a small. It's like on the. It's like right on the coast or something like that. It's not like Manhattan or something.
Roosevelt
like
Island.
I can't remember.
yeah, we're
I
gonna
gotta-
be
I
on the
gotta-
coast in Jersey, but
Shit.
that's in Jersey. But
If you watch it, type it in. Tell them. You know what I'm saying? Where you staying at right now?
well, I'll drop you off a hat or
can't
whatever
remember.
you grab for being a
I can't
homie
think
for
off the
sure.
top of my head right now. My
Man,
mind went blank as soon
you
as he
put
asked me.
yourself in a journey, bro. That could be a 6-hour commute just from
Yeah, I'm not right.
a couple blocks away over there.
Yeah,
in New
Right.
York.
Well, no, you come meet us for dinner, and then we'll,
Right.
we'll pop some wine and yeah.
There you go.
exchange
Yeah, you were
merch.
saying you're a wine fan, man. So
I am a wine fan, bro. I got put on. Well, I've always been kind of a wine fan. I don't know. My mom, likes wine. Shouts out, Mom. And but yeah, I'm going up to New York because I work with this restaurant group up there called Kindred. Specifically, the restaurant Ruffian, where my dear friend Chef Stephen Shockley works at, and he's a Cincinnati native.
Oh, dope.
He's been around quite a bit, this and that, and that's how I met him right here through a collaborative partner, creative partner of mine, Christian Hardy with Real Tasty Media. Anyways, but Shockley was head chef at Anchor and OTR. If you guys remember that restaurant,
sure.
It was So he was head chef there for the longest time, and then they got closed down. And he traveled around quite a bit. He studied under a lot of legends in the city. And moved in and out of Chicago, and then after Anchor closed down, he eventually made his way up to New York. I don't even think he had a job at the time. Then landed at Ruffian and designed the menu at Ruffian, got them a Michelin bib certification.
Hey, holy cow.
Yeah, and then was featured in the New York Times and like all this stuff, like a young legend for sure. In the cooking game. Anyway, so like super honored to like work with him and all that stuff, but. he used to work at Chalk, which was a restaurant that Molly Wellman, one of Molly Wellman's, I don't know if it was one of her first restaurants or not, but this was like mid-2000s, like 2007-ish era, and met Christian Hardy, who was a filmmaker friend of mine, and they became buds. Christian then moved to NOLA, spent like over a decade there, and when he came back, he met me, and I was just embarking on my filmmaking journey. And so since then, the three of us has just been working pretty closely together. And anyway, so I hate to prolong the story, but so then he, after Anchor closed, he went to New York, got the Michelin Bib certification for a restaurant, and is crushing the game. So we do content together, and I've just have a lot of things, irons in the fire at the moment. So
dope, man.
Yeah.
So you're heading up there to get some work done, or
so
pleasure?
we're gonna shoot some stuff. We always do. And so and I will say, going back to the wine thing. So Ruffian is also a wine bar. Shouts out Ruffian NYC in East Village, Manhattan. But they specialize in orange wine, which is like a Georgian wine, like East European situation. And the reason, in like orange wine, like I know a lot of people don't know about orange wine, but it's becoming like a new trendy thing that especially in New York, like you see it all over the place, and maybe Chicago here and there. And you can find it in Cincinnati. Like I know like the Pleasantry has it in OTR. The Rind has it on Findlay Market. There's probably, and then the wine bar next to Bakersfield. Gosh, what's it called? It's Numbers 1215 Wine Bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they have an orange wine flight there. So my buddy Owen Hopper plays there every Friday, and so I'll go see him play when I'm in town, and then I'll get a flight of orange wine. But it's becoming a new trendy thing. But they've been making wine like this in the country of Georgia for like 6,000 years, just based off of like how like the elevation is. It was there, and
So, I mean, you make
geography.
whatever's available, right?
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
They don't have.
Yeah.
I mean,
berries.
we're in Kentucky where cigarettes are pretty much.
Exactly.
I mean, we're just a location.
Kentucky makes the best cigarettes for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's also the cheapest I mean, there's so many like upside to it. People drive down here, get cigs, and go to wherever they live. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
They do that with bourbon too, man. I
Yeah.
heard bourbon's oversaturated right now, but like you only hear that from people here in Kentucky. Like people still in New York are like, "What do you mean it's oversaturated?"
We
Like,
love
I'm trying-
that shit.
yeah.
I mean, it's all new to the people in New York, Just
Right.
like, I guarantee you in the next year, 2 years, everyone's going to have orange wine at their dinner table. I guarantee you. It's, Cincinnati's
Is
late
it
to the
is
game.
it just
over.
as strong as like wine's
man.
like 12%, something like that?
Yeah. It's probably maybe even a bit stronger. I don't know. I'm not too sure about it, the percentage. Same percentage, but
I wonder how that's fermented because
it's treated. It's white wine grapes treated like red wine grapes, or no, maybe it's red wine grapes treated like white wine grapes. So like there's longer skin contact on the grape, which gives it like this amber color, which is why they call it orange wine. So it's just about the process, or
it doesn't literally have oranges.
no. It's just because of the color. No, it's the same kind of grapes that are used, but it's just the skin.
I'm over here thinking they're picking oranges off the tree.
Yeah,
bro.
That's what I was with
no,
it. I
right.
wasn't sure. I wasn't
Yeah.
sure. Like, I mean, a little like misleading on the name, like oranges.
No, it's just
like,
because
So
of the color.
orange-
Because red
orange
wine, white
flavor.
wine, and then there's orange
Orange
wine, which
wine,
is
okay.
normally like an amber color.
Sure.
And what's great about it, I just love the color of it. Like it looks like this, like a wine you've never seen before, but it just has like a very satisfying, like darkish amber color to it. And the taste has always been super good. It's never too sweet. Like it's normally always like a really well balanced wine, and it's just gonna be the new thing. But anyway, so yes, Ruffian NYC. Love that spot. Go to their website, ruffiannyc.com, to see some of our content that we made for them. But
There's a Bengals bar up there in New York.
is there?
Yeah,
I knew there was one in LA.
It's
I read
fire,
about it.
dude.
You've
that
been
bar,
up there.
Oh my god, that bar is so fun on Sundays, dude.
Yeah.
Like everybody that used to live in Cincinnati's there. The whole place is all orange and black. They serve Skyline chili. Like they kill it on
No
Sunday.
way, they serve
It's a-
Skyline
Yeah, it's only
chili.
during Bengals games, bro.
Hilarious.
I can't remember the name of the bar. Phoebe's. I think it was called
Phoebe's.
Phoebe's. Yeah.
What part of town is it? When were you there last?
Man, like 2007. It's been a while, bro.
Been there for a minute. Before Cincinnati was super cool.
Yeah.
Cincinnati's always been cool. Don't get me wrong, but the whole
Yeah.
Joe Burrow thing, like really
Yeah.
put it on the map.
We're
Oh, yeah,
definitely
for
on the
sure.
map now.
Yeah.
Man, that was crazy too when we gave away those tickets. Like I was planning on giving the tickets away that Sunday morning because I wanted the anticipation of everybody like, I got the tickets, I got to go. Like, let's go. Like,
I
I
got
wanted that feeling for those people.
The magic ticket.
Super Bowl
But-
tickets.
But there were so many
I got the
people that were
golden
like,
ticket.
there were so many people that were just like, I can't, I wanna enter, but I need time. Like, I'm 2 hours away. I'm in Louisville. I'm 3 hours.
What was the sweepstakes that you were
It was
doing?
2 tickets for the opening day Bengals game
Oh,
that we
sweet.
gave away. But it was there were so many people who wanted to enter, but they were 2-3 hours away, and I'm thinking, man, this is so cool, bro. Like, this wouldn't have happened years ago. Like, it was hard to give away tickets. Like, people were basically shoving tickets in your hand if you were over at Longworth Hall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now,
Right,
people
yeah.
are driving 3 hours just to come see the Bengals play, which is crazy.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
game changes it all.
Yeah.
One game, bro.
Yeah,
Seriously.
so how do you feel about the 0-2?
I have faith. I still think we're a playoff team.
Yeah.
So I think we're a playoff team still. I just think we've 2 unfortunate situations, and our O-line is just
Getting the shit beat out of them right now by Coach?
man. Yeah, they
Couple
the
adjustments need to be made.
coaching adjustments
With
need to be made,
yeah.
O-line adjustments, and then Burrow and all the rest of the guys are going to do their thing. The talent's still there. So
Yeah.
and everyone in the division lost
Yeah, I know.
this
I
weekend,
know.
so we're not really out that much, but
Right. We didn't gain anything.
we didn't gain
but we didn't
anything.
lose anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Lucky.
yeah,
We
but I
got
mean,
lucky in that part.
Dallas defense is super solid. So
Dude,
like
they were killing it.
they were
man.
good, and Steelers defense were good too. So both
That
those-
Steelers game was so stressful. I mean,
Yeah.
I went on my way to watch the Steelers game, the opening game. I'm gonna be a Bengals fan this year. Not saying I always haven't been.
Sure,
just
but-
sports in general, whatever. But
Yeah.
like that game, I mean, I do it because of my blood pressure, bro. Not saying that I have bad blood pressure,
Right.
but I know if I keep this shit up, it's gonna not be good.
The
you know?
cardiac cats is real, man.
The
Yeah.
Cardiac
For
cat.
real.
cardiac cats, is that what you
Yeah.
I really think
Haven't
they
heard
should
that.
have went.
That's funny.
I really think they should have went for it on 4th and 2.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like if they,
I agree.
and I felt like they would have got it, and
I agree.
it would have probably changed.
It's a
complete
momentum
outcome
shifter,
of the
man.
game.
You get that
Yeah,
4th and 2,
Right.
you're on your way. It's detrimental to the defense, and it's a pusher for you. So like the combination, you just steamroll to the end of the game at that point. But I mean, there's a lot of plays on top of that, and
Yeah.
like we're not getting a ton of penalties, but we're also not clean. Like we just have some. We didn't get any preseason work with the starters.
Yep.
What's up with that? Why? Why is that?
Like injuries, right?
Yes.
So they can
Because of
recover from the
injuries.
injury.
To
Because
avoid
Burrow
injuries.
was hurt
There's-
throughout
He had
all of
shoulder.
the.
Yes.
and
Well,
he
Burrow
had,
probably wouldn't have played anyways, but they're kind of more concerned about the O-line not getting in sync in the preseason, because an O-line basically has to work in unison. They have to move together because they are side by side and they're blocking and holding the gaps together, right?
Right, to make sure our freaking most valuable asset doesn't
Exactly.
get destroyed.
Yes,
Yeah,
and when
they
you
need-
don't
they need to
play
start having
together,
some
when you don't play
sleepovers.
together, these are all new guys. Like they're been in the league for a while. They're solid O-line guys individually, but if you're not
They need to
working as
dance,
unison,
man.
they need to
Yeah.
dance. They need to basically go to dance class together and just be in sync, but they're not, and that's allowing. And we've had, I mean, obviously, when you're playing the Steelers, you got Watt, he's going to attack you, and then when we played the Cowboys, you got Micah Parsons, and he's going to attack you. So we have two teams with 2 solid guys that are able to get to the quarterback, and our O-line's not in sync.
Right.
That combination is 13 sacks,
Yeah.
which is what we have in 2 games. So
They
there's
haven't let night
6.5
pig on
per
Thursdays
game
if
is
y'all
what
want
it's
to.
averaging.
They're saying,
Wow.
yeah.
and you
that-
don't usually
on-
get 3 sacks a game in some cases.
on that
so.
average, he's averaging 111 sacks this season. He only had
Yeah.
51 last year, and 51 was a lot.
Yeah, we had
No wonder he's hurt.
70
you know?
total.
He keeps on getting smacked.
It's like
Yeah.
what 12 or 13 in the first 2 games already, right?
6 and then 7, or 7 and 6.
I
I mean-
saw-
7 and then 6. 7 in the first game, 6 in the second. But like
Shit.
that's a lot. That's a lot of on the ground, and it's not even just the sacks. It's the pressure. It's the hits after he throws the ball. All these things are
Yeah, I mean, not only do you have like 7 sacks, but how many times was he thrown to the ground? Probably 17, 18, 20. You know what I mean?
bunch, yeah.
Like that hurts just as bad as a sack does.
And he has to get up, and he has to like. There's a lot to it. Like, I mean, how many times you have to pick yourself up off the ground
Hey,
before?
shout out to Liquid Death,
Hey,
man.
bro.
Shouts out Liquid Death.
Yes.
Yeah, they actually they DM'd us, man. They liked the video that we made, so we're gonna send the video over to them, and then they're gonna repost it for us.
Yeah, let's make more Liquid Death videos.
Dude,
Let's make it
oh
happen.
my God, yeah. All right, that's perfect. Liquid Death, if
Like,
you're
you
watching.
hear that, Liquid Death? Be prepared for that sauce.
Yeah, we got iLico Media coming in with that 6K.
Just you wait.
Man,
I think you've seen something. something. Just
I've got an idea of interviewing somebody that's just wearing all those boxes we have, right? Like
someone's
just
winning them.
wearing
Wearing
them.
them.
Wearing
Right,
them. Like
yeah.
a
And
suit.
they're sitting there and we're asking him questions about Liquid Death, and he's just,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But he's got the whole box on,
Yeah.
like all 30 boxes, dude.
Let's go.
I think we can make that happen right here.
We could do a lot of things with that. We could have a lot of fun with that for sure.
Yeah, we already paid somebody, so we already got somebody that owes us to wear it. So
You already paid somebody, and
Yeah.
they're in debt to Native, so you gotta.
They're in debt for the Liquid Death suit. Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah,
Yeah.
man, let's get it. They have them in here.
We like to have fun down here, man. This isn't about just a clothing store, bro. We like to
For
we
sure.
like to throw shit
The
against the
clothing's
wall.
how you can support a little, but otherwise we're having fun.
Hey, speaking of clothing, man, can I brought you guys a gift. Sorry, I thought there was only going to be two of us, 2 or 3 people on here, so I only brought 2. But
I'll print them one.
yeah, there you go. But I thought if you guys wanted some extra, I had some extra iLico shirts hanging around.
Okay.
So
All right.
these are for the people, man.
Oh yeah.
So I brought you guys one. I know you said you were liking the crew shirts, so
Yeah, bro.
I have a large and an extra large. I had a few extras, so I thought I'd.
Perfect, bro. XL's on me.
Large is on me, bro. That's cool.
Yes.
I've lost weight and I've went up in clothes. You know what's dope, man? My mom. Thank you, bro. Thank you so
For
much.
you. I would have brought you one if I would have known.
It's all good, bro.
Appreciate you, dog. Thank you.
Hey, next time.
Yeah,
I
bro.
got you. I got you. I got a whole box of
He's
them,
like,
man.
he's like, next time Tuesday.
yeah,
Next Tuesday.
I got you. Those
All
are
right.
all you,
Yes,
bro.
thank you very
Yeah,
much,
that's-
my dude.
Yeah,
Appreciate
you gotta
yeah.
rock them though, man. You represent the brand.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely will. Yeah, bro. So my mom, when I was a kid, man, she always wore like she was that lady that always pulled over like at the Shell station when they were flagging the Bulls championship T-shirts.
Oh,
And she always got me extra larges, and I'm like, man, I don't. These are too big, but
Yeah.
I wore them anyways. But she's like, trust me, like you're gonna want them.
yeah, cause you're
Find them in the closet, bro. These things are worth like $250 each now. But I'm like, man, you couldn't, dude. I wouldn't sell that for $400, man. You know what I mean? It's like that was my shirt as a kid, bro. I can't see someone else wearing that.
right.
You know what I mean?
Giving that away, the memories, man.
Oh,
Yeah. Plus, I'm a. When it comes to the Bulls in the '90s, dude, like I know, that was my team, man. I've got
Sure.
all the
Good
memorabilia,
year for the
all
Bulls.
the merch.
Good decade for the Bulls.
Good
Yeah.
decade,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah, except for those fucking Knicks, man.
Yeah, those Knicks.
Yeah.
you know, on speaking of New York teams, this is a random fact. I'm going to talk on the podcast, but
Okay.
on Sunday, it was the first time in 13 years that the 4 New York teams all won. So the Giants and the Jets, the Mets and the Yankees all won on Sunday for the first time in 13 years.
Damn,
It's
it was a
crazy
party
that
in New York.
that they even have stats that they can pull up that quick. Like, Bill,
It's wild. I
Dude,
know.
I mean, yeah, it's got to be some kind of algorithm.
They-
that,
yeah.
that one's easy to catch on to, but what do they call them? Parlays? Is that like kind of
Yeah.
like a parlay or something like that? I'm not into gambling all
right,
that much,
but like did stuff like that. That's just like
Right.
next gen stats, stuff like that is. I mean, they keep track of so many things. Like, I mean, in basketball, they keep track of how many dribbles a player dribbles between anything. So, like,
Yeah.
if there's a dribble happening, there's someone ticking it.
That's crazy.
Every dribble.
I would hate that job.
yeah.
Right? I think it's more on a computer.
Yeah, you
base.
think they have robots to do that
it's,
job?
it's
at
probably
this point.
it's probably a robot. It's probably some kind of technology, AI or something. But like, yeah, it's definitely their sports are getting way smarter. Baseball's kind of behind, but they're even catching up, man. They're adding a bunch to their
Didn't they
their
just
old
do?
school
They
game.
do like the replay, like the
Yeah, they're finally
replays and
doing
stuff like
replays,
that in
yeah.
baseball?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did they not do replays in baseball?
No, not
I
for.
don't.
It's a
I
new
don't
thing.
think so.
What?
Yeah, I think
It's
they
like
just-
I think they started a couple
They
years
I
do
guess it's
ago.
because
Yeah.
there's not
They're-
much
they're-
going
they're all
on.
doing,
It's like
like,
if you miss
coaches
that,
challenge.
well, then maybe you shouldn't be at the game in the first place.
Yeah, there's a lot that baseball's evolving, and the old heads don't love it, but you gotta,
Especially like
you
the
gotta
ones where they're
adapt.
trying to
Every other
figure out
league's
they-
adapting.
The plays where they trying to figure out if they out or safe, because that's always crazy. You just
I mean, what do
you
you?
can't see it when it's happening right then and there. You have to replay it,
Right.
especially if it's like late in the
And they
game.
refuse to get rid of the umpire, so they could already have done the strike zone set as.
Isn't the umpire kind of like important though? Because what if someone's going to steal for home or something like that?
They could literally eliminate the umpire completely and with the technology, but they just don't want
And
to.
would just have a robot there and like
Essentially,
It wouldn't be American pastime.
right?
Yeah.
They got to have it, but like the keeping strikes is up to the umpire's decision, not the accuracy of a box. You know what I mean? They're like inside, outside, even though it's
Oh, the umpire. I'm thinking of the catcher. That's what I was confusing.
Oh,
that
the
way.
catcher's catching the pitch.
That's
on the-
essential, right?
Yeah, he's
umpire. I totally get what you're talking
He's a
about.
player.
Okay,
The umpire is
right,
just
yeah.
judging the calls.
Facts.
Where a computer could get the call right or wrong no matter what.
Right. Yeah.
there's no room for error. It just
Yeah,
is.
because it's a computer.
It just is. Yeah.
Well, they took our jobs.
Exactly. Well, but basketball and football, they're so ahead of things, and like, it's even like the camera angles and the level of the cameras they're using on the fields are, especially
8K,
football,
bro,
dude.
yeah.
It's insane.
Oh,
like,
dude, do you see the wire? What I don't get about the certain cameras in football is the wire cams that they have that you can see them sometimes.
The shadows of them.
Well, you can see the shot. You know, sometimes you can even see the actual camera, but it's a wire going across the field, and there's a camera that swoops down here and there. It's like, how does a ball not hit that? Like, especially
Right.
when they're punting, like, does the wire go up, like, to some certain length, and how does it do that if it does? And like,
question.
I see it happen, and I don't get how it
they
happens.
pump pretty high, and those cameras aren't that high when they're coming down to the quarterbacks.
I don't see how one hasn't been hit yet.
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't know.
Maybe they have.
Maybe they have, and we just.
We just don't know.
No,
they
I mean,
covered
it
it
would
up.
definitely be a dead
And we're
ball,
cutting to
though.
commercial.
Right.
Rewind the tape and
Well,
pretend
yeah.
that did not happen.
That would be hard to do on a punt though, because that plays live.
Right. Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like that's
Can't-
right. Gotta
yeah.
be right in striking zone for when the punts happen.
Yeah.
With all these different camera angles, I'm still trying to figure out how, like, they didn't.
when
Chase had his foot
Oh.
on that. I'm gonna keep talking
In
about this shit.
typical Bengals
Hey, Jay.
fashion,
I'm still trying to figure out. His
No, I
foot
feel-
was
yeah,
on the goal
I get
line.
that
if
ball
this-
broke the plane.
this-
It had to have. Yeah.
Why the hell we didn't challenge that?
I don't know. I don't.
Oh,
know.
I know.
here's,
wait.
here's the sticky situation.
Man,
Yeah.
If they would have called it a touchdown, they would have reviewed it because it was in overtime. So, they wouldn't have even had to have thrown the flag. That's the fucked up thing is if the ref would have called it a touchdown, then it would have been reviewed and then it would have been solidified as a touchdown. But since it wasn't a touchdown, it wasn't. He would have had to throw the challenge flag, which he definitely should have.
Yes, he should.
I don't know. He's just trying to hold them fucking timeouts
But
in
you
his
don't
pocket,
need
bro.
them.
He's trying to ice the kicker. That's what he was doing.
Yeah, it's bad. It's
He's
just
trying to
bad.
hold them
It's just
timeouts.
coaching
Icing our
right now for
standings.
us is
We're
not.
0-2 right now.
Yeah, like there are definitely people out in the football universe that are questioning his some of his
It's
decision
just a
making,
shame
and-
because those are
and
two
and
games that we
he's-
should have won.
Yeah, and
we should be easily
he was
2-0.
Like last year, he was really putting it together. Everything was right. This year, it just seems like the whole team is just 2 steps back, and it doesn't.
Bro, it's the O line not dancing together, man. It's when you have too many stars, it's a problem, man. Like I played in this elite basketball league in Chicago, like which is pretty. Like now thinking about it, like it's pretty amazing that because there was a lot of like all-star athletes in Chicago, right? And I'm like
Yeah.
this white dude that's on this elite team. But like we were all so good that we were terrible, dude. Like we didn't play good together. Like you know what I mean? It was just
Yeah.
it was one of those things where like we thought like this was it, bro. Like we're gonna win this whole tournament, this whole 9, and bro, we ended up we got in a fight on the second game. We got kicked out of the tournament. Like
Damn.
bro, it was just one of those things, man. Everyone was too good. Like
Yeah.
it was a whole group of not just one like town of good players from Chicago. It was like Chicago, like all the good players from all the cities all into one town, and then we all we went and played this huge tournament down at the Northern Huskies stadium.
When it was, y'all was arguing, like what it was about. Y'all was arguing like
It was we fought
not
the
getting
other
the ball
team.
enough. Oh, y'all fought the other team.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
okay,
we
okay.
didn't get. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean that was the one time we had unity was when we were fighting the other team, but
This wasn't like some AAU stuff, was it?
no.
You said
Something
it was-
different than that.
No, it was younger than that. It was like
Younger than that.
What you play? You play AAU ball growing up?
I never played sports,
Oh,
bro.
okay.
I smoked too much weed.
You said you're on a break though. You still on a break?
And I skateboarded when I am on a break, but when people went to go to baseball practice, I went in my buddy's garage to skateboard and play music and smoke weed. Yeah, man, I'm off the weed these days. Just not because I don't love it. Just taking a tea break. It's been an identity of mine for the past decade. And
Good for you, man. Gotta clear the mind.
Yeah, man.
Gotta hit that reset button.
I
every
love
once in
it,
a while.
with me starting this company with iLico Media and all that shit, and
Clear
working for
mind.
myself, it's just like, it's too easy just to be high all day.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
And I just feel like I need to get some shit done. And once I get to my next incarnation of life and get on the other end of things, then like I'll definitely revisit it. Like
you get to celebrate at that point.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But I just feel like I got so much shit on my to-do list that I gotta get done before I need to be celebrating.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, and it wasn't all that hard. I mean, it was hard, but it wasn't that hard. It was like something I've been contemplating for a while, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like during the pandemic, I mean, what else was there to do other than freaking burn trees?
Right.
And it was great for that, for sure. But then now we're coming out, and I also like recently quit my job and all that shit. So like, there's a lot on the shoulders, you know. So it's like, I just gotta get some shit done, bro.
Dope, man.
Yeah.
Sure.
But
and we're gonna be working together, man. So we're gonna be starting a reality show out of here, bro. That's gonna be fun shit.
Yeah.
Man.
So Native and iLico Media collab. We're gonna do a reality TV show.
A little Slobby's World. You know what the cool thing is, man. So Adam Clements. When we were talking about this a while ago, Adam Clements works for WCPO Channel 12. Is that? I always get them mixed up, man. He works for Channel 12. But so anyways, he hit me up and he's like, "Hey man, if you do this reality show, man, make sure you pitch it to us." I was like, "Oh shit, that'd be awesome, man."
Channel 12.
Yeah, and he was like, "Look, dude, we've been following you guys since you were doing this out of your backpack. Like, why wouldn't we want to continue the story?" You know what I mean? So if the quality's good enough, man, we might have an outlet there.
Oh, the quality's going to be better than anything Channel 12 has ever done in your fucking live channel. No, I'm just sorry. Throwing shots at Channel 12. Pew, pew, pew. I'm just kidding. Channel 12 is great. I watch you guys sometimes. But
that's the thing. We're not shooting for the stars, man. We're just trying to get this thing on
that's what it's about,
YouTube.
Man. Like you need it. Like it reminds me of the things you see on these Snapchat stories, where a lot of people are just shooting this shit on their phones these days, and that's what's going viral, anyways, and that's what's getting views, and that's what advertisers are looking for. Of course, you know, I'm at the point in my life where I'm reaching like, you know, I'm like, oh, am I getting older now? When things aren't, as things aren't being done my way. So it's like now it's like, shit or get off the pot, you know, keep up with the times. And so now it's time, you know, I gotta consider evolving, you know, and like, you know, which happens as you grow older, you know, if you want to be relevant, remain relevant. So it's like, it's really hard for me to get away from making my, you know, putting hours and hours into the production and hours in editing, when the things that are being bought and sold, at least from a marketing standpoint, advertising standpoint, is like 10-second TikTok videos.
Yeah,
and so that takes you know 10 minutes to make.
There was a YouTuber that I pay attention to. His name's Peter McKinnon.
I love Peter McKinnon. Yeah, big fan.
Bro.
How do you? Yeah, every photographer, cinematographer knows about Peter McKinnon.
He's the whip, dude.
Then,
and so he even said it. He was
Get
like,
hip
"Look,
to it.
man, I was putting all of these videos out, and I was taking all this time and putting all this energy into this content, and I was putting it out there, and I wasn't getting any views." And he's like, and then I did that 90-second, nine camera hacks in 60 seconds, right?
Okay.
And it was just real quick. He just took a camera and then like wrapped it on a belt, right? And and then he was able to swing the camera where he had like a nice little swing shot. And then he took like his pocket knife and then like put it in front of the lens and gave like a real cool lens flare.
Yeah.
But that video it got like 9 million views right off the rip and like changed his entire life. And he was like, that was crazy because like I'm putting all this time and energy into doing these like Casey Neistat style videos, and I'm not getting reciprocation. But then I do this 60-second video, and he's like, it puts me out on the map. It's just one of those things like you can't overanalyze your shit too much, man.
These days, especially, and I've definitely fallen into that, like leaning into the artistry of it, which, you know, I definitely think should be, you know, people should respect for sure. But at the end of the day, it can become counterproductive when you're too hyper focused on the artistry of it, and then you don't end up ever releasing anything. No.
Right. Or you release it and you put so much love into it that you're just staring at it going, why isn't no one else loving this baby? Right? Instead of just throwing them out, you know, and then this one's doing well, you just like, you take all the time and put it there and you go, all right, where's it at?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like, yeah.
Man, my eye is done, bro.
Oh no, my man.
Yeah. So I haven't slept much for the past 2 weeks at all, man. And I don't know what, like, I've had 4 eye surgeries, and I've got like this scleral buckle wrapped around my eyeball. So like basically like this thing here is sewn in my eye, and when my glaucoma builds up, it pushes forward and just like presses on my orbital bone, and then like that it's basically, like I said, a zip tie, and that like knot on the zip tie just presses into my eyeball, man. And it's like I can't get any sleep, bro. Like I didn't sleep 1 minute last night. So I just sat up and I was on the phone with people from China, bro. Just like 4 o'clock in the morning, our time is like noon their time, bro. They're ready to get it done. So I'm over there just like trying to knock out, order hats. I'm trying to get like all this new stuff done that we can start putting out here in the store.
Yeah,
man.
getting stuff done while people are sleeping.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is, man, is like I can't lean my head, bro. Like I can't lay. The second I lay down, like I start getting this pulsating in my head, and then my eye drips where it's like it's not even like tears. It's whatever it is. It's burning my eye too. So it's like a double whammy, man. Like the back of my eye hurts and my eye's burning at the same time. And so like I've got to like try to actually I might sleep in this thing, man.
Yes.
This thing's probably the best thing to sleep in.
That's what you were talking about
I
earlier.
think
sitting up.
I think both of these are
Yeah,
broken
yeah.
now, though. I think these chairs have had it.
Yeah.
These are actually massage chairs, bro. They've got
Yeah.
like
They
like the
look
whole
like
kneading.
something straight from the future, bro.
Yeah, man. They got these are speakers right here. There's a subwoofer underneath. You can
Oh,
plug your
shit.
phone in. You can actually plug your phone in and play music right here.
My massage is working right now.
It doesn't move up and down right now though. It's staying in one spot.
It's a
Hey.
And this
massager in it?
this thing's
Yeah, I can-
flashing, so
Oh,
there's something
shit.
wrong.
Hey, you think you could pass that whiskey this way?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah,
My
and
man's
about
got
that, so we were talking earlier, man, about this Kentucky gem right here, right? So this is
Yeah.
this is Ale 8, right? Is it Ale 8 or is it a late one? All right, so it's definitely a late one. The can says a late one on top. It says Ale 8, and it's got a 1 after it. So I'm wondering if that's part of the Mandela effect too, bro. Because everybody
Was
calls
all-
it.
Yeah, it's always. I mean, I always known it as L8. My family drinks it a lot. They do their they go to events and stuff, and apparently at all their events, Young Life stuff, L8's the drink, or a late one, I guess you could call it. But yeah, man, it's really popular, and I didn't think of it being a late one. I've always called it L8.
But it makes sense though, man,
Yeah.
because it's ginger ale, but it's got like a little. You can taste a little bit more sugar to it, right? It's
Yeah.
got like a little bit more sweetness to it, and it's probably that old folk in Kentucky that just
Yeah.
I need a late one.
I need a late one, yeah.
I need to stay
Right.
out. Give me that late one.
See, I normally don't like soda at all, but I like ale because it's like a ginger ale.
Yeah.
And I like ginger ale. Just because my mama drinks it, but
So use the word soda.
I do.
Soda.
Yeah, we talked
Wait,
about that
wait.
earlier.
Soda,
Yeah.
soda,
Is it soda
soda,
or is
I
it
don't like
soda,
pop.
or is it pop?
Pop, I'm not with it. I can't lie.
I'm the same. I'm the
Down
same way.
south, some people call it pop. My grandma called it
soda.
pop.
Yeah.
I'm with soda.
I call
don't
it
know.
soda.
I'm
Soda.
on the soda too.
Soda, yeah, soda as well. It's just little things like that, like whether you're from it, where like what area you're from, or maybe like your family's from the past and like from a different area, and then it just made its way up generations. It's called soda or pop, like, but people always say different. I've been like worked in the restaurant industry, and it's kind of split down the middle. People use pop, people use soda, like interchangeably. Like, is it a pop machine? Is it a soda machine? You know what I mean? Like,
Right. So it's
Yeah,
not
we
like.
say soda machine. I feel like we say soda machine.
What about the people that just call every soda pop or Coke? Like,
That's
great,
me.
give me a Coke.
Yeah, some
That's-
people do that. Yeah, they do. Yep.
Bro, there's no Coke. You mean we got Sprite? Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean,
catch
bro.
it?
I never
think
really
so.
like Pepsi. You don't hear people even talk about Pepsi anymore. I used to think that
Taste of a
Uh-huh.
new generation, bro.
yeah.
it's
It-
still. I mean, Pepsi's still around, but you just don't hear about it. I damn near thought they stopped making Pepsi.
That's probably just marketing, man. You know, Coca-Cola's still out there. Actually, is Coke even doing like have you seen the Bears for Christmas time? Any of that shit?
No.
Have you seen?
The last Christmas I didn't see the bear.
No.
Bro,
don't
I
think
also
so.
haven't had cable in like freaking 7 years.
Oh, I got the hookup for you, bro.
Yeah, you got some? I mean, I'll take free cable. I mean, we're totally gonna be paying for it, but no. No, I just say they call it cutting the cord, and I cut the cord. I've never had cable in my adult life, so like even at my when I was living with my uncle in college, he didn't have cable, and then after I graduated and was out on my own, I never had found the means to have cable. I just don't have it.
So you got Wi-Fi now. It's,
Bro, you,
I just
Yeah,
stream
you
everything.
can watch. Yes.
yeah.
you know what's crazy about cable?
Phone is the movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
go ahead.
So cable came out as an alternative to TV, right? And what cable did was they said, pay us $9.99 a month, and you'll get no commercials. It was the exact same thing as XM radio, bro. How XM says, hey, pay us a monthly fee, and you'll have no commercials, because that $9.99 is gonna offset what we make in the commercials.
Right.
So that's what cable was originally, bro. It was the outlet to watch TV 24/7 with no commercials.
Well, that didn't last long.
Didn't last long, bro. Like so when
There are all more commercials than you're ever gonna see in your life.
so how long?
Any other medium?
How long till XM radio starts playing? Because you know
XM radio's starting to have commercials, bro. I got that shit, and
I'm sure
Commercials
like
will always be around no matter what they say.
I mean they're gonna be able to,
You know what I'm
walk
saying?
around it somehow. Like this is sponsored by Native, and then on the next one this is sponsored by Native, the best clothes in the city, and then a month from now this is sponsored by Native. They've got the softest clothes. You can find them down in Newport on the Levee.
Right. Open from.
Yeah, and then you know what I mean. Like, at what where's the
At what
line?
point is it going to 30 seconds?
Man, seriously.
Yeah.
But that's the crazy thing. And imagine if, because XM radio, when they first came on, they gave you an option to buy in for lifetime. So you could pay like a monthly fee, or you could buy the 6-month thing, or you could just buy a lifetime for like $250. Like, imagine if you were able to buy cable for life
for $250
when they first came out. I mean, it would be less than that, but like if they offered that, because that's the same thing. Like I said, XM and cable are they're going down the same path.
Yeah. I mean, I have XM, and I'm hearing commercials on it, and even if it's like, I listen to a lot of the stand-up comedy.
Oh, all right.
I'm like in this big comedy phase these days, and I've been listening to a lot of stand-up comedy on XM. Like, Netflix is a joke radio, and Comedy Greats, and Comedy Greats has a shit ton of commercials outside of just like their own like advertising. Like, Netflix is a joke. They'll advertise like shows on Netflix, or like comedy shows on Netflix, and they'll advertise this and that, but it's all comedy-based Netflix things that they're advertising, but there are still
Breaking
advertisements.
the rules.
But then Comedy Greats on SiriusXM has anybody and everybody that's willing to, they'll take money from anybody and put advertising on there. So it seems, which I thought, 5 years ago, I just recently got SiriusXM. That was the point of SiriusXM.
Right.
You're paying to not have commercials. Like, where the heck?
You know what's wild about that about XM though is like the 70s, 80s, and 90s, like those channels, bro. Like, they only play like 10 songs, and it's just over and over again, man.
Yeah.
It's just like
The playlist is pretty short.
It's great, like, because Kaylin, we got a 3-month free for buying some tickets to one of the concerts or whatever. So she's got it, and like she loved it for the first month, and she's like, I don't even know if I want to keep it, because it's like, the 70s, 80s, and 90s, it's the same songs. Like, I know what's coming up next. Like, they don't even try to hide it. Like, the commercials lead up to the same songs, and it's just like it's on auto loop.
Yeah, you're in a loop. You're in a loop, literally. Yeah.
Which is good for them, because they can if you don't have a DJ in, if you got just 24-hour loop on there, then you're saving a lot of money in the long run. But
But then it just becomes predictable. So you might as well, then you're gonna switch to something a little unpredictable because eventually you're gonna get bored.
I can't stand hearing the same song
twice.
twice.
Like, that's the thing. But I will say, going back to the advertisements, some of these like commercials on YouTube and like in general are so like similar to what you're listening to or watching. They have almost like a movie within the commercial now. Like, the commercial is a movie, and they make it like real content, or these artists are putting their music video
where it just sounds
as
like the
commercial.
next song.
Is it like something to catch your attention, like soon as it's playing?
No, like for example, like we play music in the store, and we're playing music videos through YouTube. And the commercial, there, of course, you're going to have your insurance commercials that do like whatever. But then some of the commercials are not commercials at all. They're music videos of another artist, of yours.
It's Yaman, who paid to be on, Drake's feed or whatever. So you pop up, and like it happens to us all the time, where we go, what is this? Like, because we know everything that goes down the rabbit hole on the YouTube. Yeah. So a new song pops up, it grabs your attention, and then you look over, because you don't want to skip. Like, you don't want to hit skip because you don't think it's a commercial.
Yeah.
Right. So you look over to check it out.
A lot of artists do that. They'll try to put the commercial, like, it depends on a certain artist that the person listens to. They try to find something relatable.
Similar, for sure.
If you like.
So that way, like, you'll already be listening to your favorite artist, And then when the commercial hit, you know, you
And that's the whole point where you just think it's just the next song.
Yeah, because I won't skip it. Like I'm like, oh, this isn't bad.
Yeah.
I look over it, I'm like, oh, this is a commercial. Your ad's gonna end. It's like got the ad up there. It's like, oh wow, that is someone's music video.
I'm down with
getting creative, man.
Oh, I love it, dude.
Yeah.
Especially if, like you're saying,
that's how I found out about Larry Jones.
All right.
Yeah, I was listening to like Currency, and then
Currency.
he had a video. He had like a sponsored music video. It was the song called 91. And then what really caught my eye, I saw the dude had like an all black Mustang. My pops got a Mustang, so I ain't never seen like a Mustang in a hip hop video. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that caught my attention. Then I'm listening to the beat. I'm listening to what he's saying. I'm like, okay, hold on now.
Right.
And I started listening to more and more of his music. I became a fan. I fuck with him.
And that's genius, man. Especially like I said, when everything's parallel like that, where you don't even realize that it's a commercial. It just sounds like it's the next track on the YouTube, like rabbit hole or whatever. Like that's the best part, man. Because then you're looking over, and you go, wait a minute, and then you're looking to see if it's commercial. You know, like that was one of those things where, like I always said, if I did a commercial on radio, I would start the commercial off with a text message ding. You know what I mean? Because
everyone's like, oh, what is that?
Ding. Yeah, because you're always in this like mundane driving. You're sitting in traffic, and if you hear that ding, the first thing you do is you snap out of it and you look for your phone.
Yeah.
And when you don't have a text message, you're like, what was that? And then you're already paying attention to what's going on. You know what I mean? Like there's little things like that that's just like.
That's great. Yeah, that's some.
It's the buzz in commercials when they make the buzz sound like my phone's buzzing. How they make the sound so realistic that it sounds like it's my phone.
It grabs your attention.
Yeah, it catches me every time because I don't have any sounds. It's all buzzing for me. So like, but when I hear that, I'm like, those commercials, they've done it before. I'm like, huh, man, they catching me there. Like I see you because the commercial isn't about a buzz, but they're putting it in there, and us subconsciously we're like, all right, that is a familiar sound. I'm gonna look around for my phone, like, and then I'm watching the commercial, like, I'll turn up, and now it's interesting. Like, they know what they're doing.
Y'all remember back in the days when we used to do like the ringtones?
When you used to do your own ringtones?
Yeah,
I still do that shit. I still have custom ringtones.
You could buy 30 seconds of an
Soulja
artist's
Boy.
music.
I had some 3 6 Mafia on there for sure. Yeah, I was always a big hip hop fan. I remember I don't know why. Ever since I can remember, I've been popping my collar. I don't know why I was obsessed. I mean, I was just obsessed with hip hop since I was 9 years old. I don't know why, but I just was.
Yeah.
And I had 3 6 Mafia ringtones. I don't know why. Because they had that show on MTV. It was funny because I had so many 3 6 Mafia ringtones. They had that show on Adventures in Hollywood. It was a show that they did on MTV. It was like a reality TV show, and it was fire. I remember being obsessed with it. And there is a scene or like a whole episode where they're kind of like, reality TV shows are pretty scripted, whether you know it or not. But there was a scene where they kind of open it up and like they're pimming. It's DJ Paul and Juicy J are super pissed that they're not getting their checks for their ringtone deals because back then you'd pay for ringtones, and that was honestly like a really lucrative way for artists to make money was selling 30-second ringtones or whatever, 15-second ringtones, whatever.
Soulja Boy.
Yeah, Soulja Boy and whatever. So like the beginning of the episode, and I would have been in this was later. I don't know. I still have 3 6 Mafia ringtones, but I just thought it was funny because they opened up the episode with Juicy J and DJ Paul bitching about how they haven't received their paycheck for all of their ringtone money from like AT&T or whatever, and then like throughout the episode they keep revisiting about like we still haven't gotten these checks for our ringtone money, and I thought it was so funny because I was like, damn, I have like 5 of their ringtones on my phone right now,
and they're not getting paid for it.
No, I guess not. Yeah, and then at the end, I think they eventually did get it, and they were like, oh, we got our ringtone money. It was
scripted.
Yeah, it was scripted as fuck, but. I love that show though. That was I don't know. It was a fun show to watch.
They had some good ones, man. Yeah. Like Mac Miller and the Most Dope Family.
Yeah, was that MTV?
Yeah, that was MTV2.
Yeah, MTV2.
MTV2.
Right.
Yeah. That was fire, man. Like Clockwork, DJ Clockwork.
Yep.
So he was actually like my DJ when we threw all of our birthday parties. I used to throw roller skating parties and shit, man.
Oh, whoa.
And
Here in Cincy.
Yeah. So Clockwork's from Cincy, man. Like this is how dope Mac is. Like Sean Heron kind of set it up where he got Clockwork to open up for Mac down here at Bogart's, and Mac loved Clockwork so much he was just like, "You're going on tour with me." He's like, "You're coming with me." And like from that, like he was just opening up for him, and from there he was moved into the most dope house and like became like
I remember when Mac
part
would
of the
come
crew.
to Bogarts. Yeah, I remember.
He's fire, bro. He's
yeah.
like such a humble guy, man. Or
Yeah.
was a humble guy. It's a shame
Rip.
to see what happened, man.
Yeah, fucking A, man. And his last 2 albums were so groundbreaking as well for him as an artist.
Yeah, it's just getting started, bro.
Circles and Swimmings. He was really starting to break into his voice. I feel like, you know, as he was growing from like his younger sound, you know, he was always great in what he was doing as a
It's
hip-hop
wild.
artist.
He was good that young, man.
Yeah, and then I think he died. I think he was like a 27 club.
No,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
missed
26?
it. Yeah,
26?
he was like
26,
2 weeks
yeah,
shy of his
something
27th birthday.
Which still sucks. And
That's even one of his lyrics. Like,
Yeah.
you know, talking to my dealers, don't mix it with that bunk shit. I don't want to join the 27 club.
and that's what he unfortunately foreshadowed multiple times in his lyrics.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and but yeah, that Swimming album and that Circles album was just so amazing. And like I was into Mac Miller when I was in high school. That's when he was like really starting to pop. You know, Nike's
on my
Kool-Aid and Frozen Pizza,
Pizza.
Nike's on my
that was
pizza,
the
the Kids album.
Yeah.
And then he had the High Life album or mixtape before that, and that was cool. And then like, you know, I kind of fell off from it, you know, for a little bit. And right before he passed away, you know, when he came out with I think it was Swimming, I was like, wow, this is like. And he came out with that NPR Tiny Desk, and it was like super bluesy,
Fire,
jazzy. You know, it still had that hip hop feel, but it was a very original sound. He was really tapping into his roots as like,
yeah,
you know,
bro.
You know, a little bit.
That was one of the best Tiny Desks.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Features.
And the thing with it is so sad. And then like he shortly died after that, and you could just see the pain in his eyes. You know, like seeing that, like he was like, you could see that he's been through some shit, and then he wasn't in like a hot place for
Yeah.
sure.
I liked his Good Day AM album.
Oh yeah, and you know that. See again, that's when I kind of fell
like
off
that
from
album.
him. But then since going into a deep dive after like being obsessed with Swimming in Circles, I like revisit that album. I was like, gosh, this is such a fire album. Like there's so many good songs. I mean, all of his stuff, all of his work is good. Like he hadn't reached a point where he was putting out bad music at all.
Right.
Right.
You know what's the crazy thing about it is, so we play his music videos in the store a lot.
Oh, they're so good. Yeah.
And I mean, it's a great vibe.
Yeah.
But people will literally make purchases because we're playing Mac Miller in
Yeah.
our store. They will come up to the desk and be like, "You're playing Mac. I've got to buy something."
I've heard that.
Yeah,
I've heard
it's
that
happened
too.
multiple times
Yeah.
to me. Like they purchase it, and they're like, "You playing Mac Miller music videos? Rest in peace. I'm buying something." I was like, "That's amazing!" Like that one human. I mean, we play a lot of stuff in here. No one's like. I mean, I'm sure people are affected by Michael Jackson and all these other big names, but Mac Miller affected people on like such another deep level.
He was so young.
Yeah, and then
he hella
so
respected
young.
hip hop.
yeah, and he
I
just
told you like
and he does everything. His music cross spans everybody.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like there's
yeah.
something for everybody,
Yeah.
and everybody in each album. It's not like he was like one of those things where this album was the specific crowd, this album was this crowd. Like we're talking a collective. Everyone loved his
Most
stuff.
dope.
Yeah, man, and
Yeah.
you could just vibe with him, and his party music, chill music. It's
Yeah.
all in one package.
Yeah.
It's awesome time, man.
when I found out he made songs with Slim Thug and Bun B, that's what
Yeah,
got
that's
me.
what
I
he
was
does,
like,
yeah.
oh shit.
He's a true hip hop
like,
fan, yeah, for sure. He was a fan of hip hop.
Bro, he did a song with Memphis
Bleak.
Bleak, bro.
I
Let's
didn't
go.
know that.
Yeah,
didn't know
he's
that.
fire, man.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah.
Killing it.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate. He was on. He was another. A soldier lost to fentanyl. Unfortunately,
Yeah, man.
A lot of people think that he was partying one night and that it was in his cocaine, because that's normally where fentanyl is. A lot of people, unfortunately, the fentanyl is like one of the leading deaths of millennials at the moment right now, and it's super sad. Everybody, if you're gonna do drugs, test them. But it was actually a Percocet or something that he bought. It was like a pill,
That shit
and it wasn't
crazy.
even a powder, but it was something like manufactured somewhere, and it had fentanyl in it enough to like, I mean,
Yeah, they said
kill
that
him.
That shit ain't no
they
joke.
said they found him at the end of his bed, like hands like
Yeah.
in a praying position, bro. Like
Right.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
yeah,
saw
like,
that
like,
piece.
like,
yeah.
like hunched over, like I don't know if his hands were maybe like in his face, but his hands were in a praying position when he died. This shit's fucking terrible.
I wonder
man.
what that last moment has got to be like. Where's his brain going, man? Like I can only imagine someone like, is he in the situation where he's like, is he thinking I did so many things? It's my time, or is he?
No,
thinking
man.
that-
Here's what happens, man. You get when you do drugs so often, you start becoming numb to it. He just broke up with Ariana Grande. He just wrecked that Mercedes. Like he was like going down a spiral.
Down
man.
a spiral, sure.
And but the thing is like when your heart broke, like how do you compensate, man? You go to the same thing that numbs you, but that numbing isn't working because the it's your norm is here now, so he's got to take more to numb that pain.
Yeah. And I'm sure there's a sense of like your emotional state can sober you. It can make it so like you can drink, and if your emotional state is at a certain spot, it won't even feel like it's affecting you. Meanwhile, your body is taking this stuff in.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like your adrenaline's kind of keeping it to a point. So maybe in his situation, his adrenaline was keeping it. He was probably emotional. There's probably so many things going through his head, and it's adrenaline just keeping him in taking stuff in. And eventually, if your body gets too much where your mind is still ready to keep driving.
I mean, I don't know. Like the overdose was definitely from the fentanyl. It wasn't like just taking.
They say it takes literally the size of a grain of salt to kill you.
Yeah,
That's how little it takes.
That is insane to think that.
That's how potent it is. But there's people that take it intentionally. Like a lot of people don't know. Like they use it in medical. Yeah, they use it in medical settings.
People do crazy things, man. Did you ever see that shit crocodile people were doing?
Oh yeah, that down in Florida where they were eating people's faces and shit like that.
No, it was over in.
Or was that bath salts?
That was bath salts.
It was.
I thought they were eating people's faces off
crocodile.
the crocodile.
It was over in like Hungary or now like, is it Russia? Something, man. But they're doing these drugs, and it's basically like it's eating away at their skin. So they would get these holes in their skin, like where like whatever they're ingesting is eating away at their body, bro. Like, and these people are so addicted to it. They're like, oh, it's only a hole in my stomach.
What?
You know what I mean?
It's only a hole in my stomach.
Crocodile. Look it up, bro.
Yeah.
That shit made its way to Florida though.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it did.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
it made its way to Florida. Yeah.
That bath salt shit was crazy, man.
Because it was legal.
That homeless dude ate that dude's face off in California.
Have you seen the documentary Macintosh or the McAfee? The antivirus software.
So I didn't watch that, but I know the whole story. Yeah.
Oh yeah, check out the documentary if you want a good
need
wrap
to,
up
yeah.
on it. I mean, the dude was just like, I don't know. It was just a really well done documentary.
Yeah.
Where they like really cover the story, and like you like to think like, oh, this dude is some elitist prick, but when like you're left thinking like, was he though, or was he actually kind of like a genuine dude? And
right.
Like, one of my favorite lines on that, they open up the movie with like they have this crazy intro sequence of him like guns and women and money or whatever, and there's a line and he says like, I'm never gonna pay my taxes, and neither should you, and then they end the intro sequence with a Hunter S. Thompson quote, and I was like, okay, I kind of like where this is going, and then after following him around a little bit, it started with some like Vice documentarians, like Vice journalists or whatever, following him because he killed a guy, and I don't want to give too much of the film away, but
this is the same guy that created the McAfee software.
Antivirus that all of us have on our computers if you have PCs.
Oh, yeah,
he was like this billionaire dude, and he sold the company eventually or whatever, moved to Belize, and was living this crazy like life, and then.
But he had everyone's like data though. That was the big.
Oh, he was a big
right?
hacker. Then he turned into a big hacker. Not to like really go out after the little man. Like he was like blackmailing like big high elitist individuals.
Yeah.
And so he was kind of like a mobster sleazy kind of guy on that end, but like he turned into this hacker, and then he eventually ended up killing somebody in Belize because they poisoned his dogs or whatever. And
what?
And it's
that's a twist.
It's a bizarre story. I highly recommend go and see it. It's God, what's it called? I can't think of what it's called on Netflix. It'll come to me.
Something, right?
Unstoppable or something. I don't know if that's what it is.
Untitled.
It's
Like
McAfee,
the
John
McAfee's-
McAfee story
yeah.
though.
Untold.
Untold.
Yeah, I think
No,
it's
I don't know if it's Untold. That's like a documentary series.
That's that. No, that's that.
Yeah, that's the series.
He was trying to go on John
That's that
Wick
dude
mode.
with the
Oh yeah,
imaginary
dude, no,
girlfriend.
right, and he
He tried to go
practically
John-
did, and then
he
after
tried to
that,
go
he
John
flees
Wick
the
on him.
country, and not only does he flee the country, two Vice journalists decide to go, like he was like, I need two people to, he has so much clout and so much power that he can literally get away with murder, call the press and tell them to come film it all, and then flee to Guatemala, and like with no repercussions. He gets into Guatemala, they're like, you don't have your stamps to get in here, your passport stamps, like you're here illegally. And it's like, that's all right, I have a really good lawyer, and like he was, yeah. So anyway, I don't want to give too much of it away, because you should, if you're, anyone listening should go watch it, because it's a freaking awesome film. And ends up after that, just why I brought it up is because he ends up leaving Guatemala after the Interpol comes to get him, and hops on a yacht and just cruises the world on this yacht with like 20 assault rifles on this boat, and this and like a prostitute that he met, and this war photographer that he brought with him to document it all, and a humongous bag of bath salts. And out of all the drugs he could do as a billionaire, which
Right.
he very quickly became a millionaire. Why he chose bath salts, which is like crystal meth times 10. I don't know. And it makes you super like you can see like the paranoia just running rampant. I don't know. But the dude was just fucking insane, and it was brilliant. It was so great. I was like,
All right, I gotta watch it.
great television. Yeah, it's so good. But I don't want to give too much more away, because you got to watch it.
Oh, that's decent teaser. Decent teaser.
Yeah,
bro,
yeah. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like,
yeah.
it was just, and it was just a good documentary. It's like, they kind of leave you hanging for a little bit, like, oh, this dude's a douche, and then as you kind of start to come around to him, like, oh, I don't know, maybe he's out for the little guy, and is just trying to be like, fuck the establishment, and
He's in the position.
yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
everybody that's got that like that hand in on like the I can break into the government, I can break into the like files and shit like that.
Right.
Like they always feel like they've got the upper hand, right? They always feel like they're like, oh well, I'm just a little bit smarter than you are, man.
Kind of like an Edward Snowden kind of guy.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Edward
mention
Snowden's
his,
the whip, man.
Yeah.
There was another guy back in the '90s, man. He was a oh man, it's gonna come to me. He was a hacker that hacked into the Pentagon's website or whatever, and he got busted doing it. But instead of his name's Kimball, instead of getting arrested, they gave him a job.
Oh yeah, to like reverse engineer shit.
Yeah, to like make sure that no one could break
Yeah.
into their shit. So now all of a sudden, this dude, and he's like this overweight, like 6'5" dude. Now he's huge, bro. But he's like, now he's got like this 70-foot yacht, and he's got like this amazing house, and
True
he like
success story.
documents the whole thing, and he's like, it's all because he hacked into the Pentagon and like was able to like secure a job somehow.
You heard it here first, kids. Don't be
Kimball.
afraid.
bro.
Right.
So that was like when
Follow
when,
your dreams as a professional hacker.
when like websites were first getting popular, like his website was fire, dude. Like everyone else had like these little like dumb emojis that like a little fireball that just sits there and does this, and like his website was like what we see websites now. His was back in like 1995, dude. Like, and it was his life. Like he just posted like his photos of his boat and like shit that he was doing, and just talking. Like he had his own little blog going, man. It was so interesting seeing somebody that like was somehow like deceiving the government, and then ended up fucking coming out like crystal clean. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy to see somebody that was willing to go that far to like, check this out, man. I can hack into the Pentagon and
beat the system. I mean, do it like in his own hacker way. He was good. He was good enough that they couldn't ignore him, so that they had to bring him aboard.
that's the key to life, bro.
Yeah, right.
Be
Because
so
if not,
good they
if
can't
you can't
ignore
beat
you.
him, join him.
Yeah.
If not,
be
like,
so good they can't ignore you.
That was on my. But this is how much of a geek I am, bro. I had a business card holder when I was in high school that said "Be so good they can't ignore you." I went to that little engravery shop at the Florence Mall, and I was like, I want my own business card thing, and that's what it said. I had it engraved: "Be so good they can't ignore you" on the front of it.
Yeah, it's on that
That's
one.
great.
It's on
That's a
some
great
pieces,
slogan.
It's some. We sent it on some pieces of clothing.
Hey, you
Yeah.
remember that? Yeah,
Oh,
that was-
remember that?
I
Of
put that
course.
on that flannel button
Yep.
down. That
Oh, I
shit's
remember-
fire.
I
dude.
remember. Yes.
It was like you know, you never see like anybody printing on flannels, bro. And like I made a couple flannels that just said on the back, "Be so good they can't ignore you," and the O was just like the Ohio logo. The shit was fire, bro. Like we only made like 2 or 3 of them. I don't know who
What
has
was
them.
at the Kenwood Mall?
Oh yeah,
Kenwood Mall days.
Yes,
Flannel
sir.
season coming back around.
Yes, there is.
yes sir.
Oh yeah, and the
Fall-
name
fall
of
season
the,
hit.
the,
It's
the name.
coming.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. The name of that
Straight
movie
up.
is Unstoppable, by the way.
Unstoppable,
Right,
Untold.
came
Yeah,
with
I was
it.
close.
Yeah, confirmed though.
But
Confirmed.
okay,
You
anyways.
heard it here first.
Yeah, but
And,
yes,
and it's on Netflix.
it's on Netflix, so everybody go watch it,
Yeah.
and then we can talk about it next time
I'll
we
watch
see
it
each
tonight.
other.
Let's go.
I'm talking to you, Fabio, and Alex Braun on my live right now.
Hey, what up, Fabio?
Yeah, what up? What up? What up?
Fabio. Anyways, it is flannel season though, my man. I
Flannel
do. It's
season's
about that.
coming right
Do
around
you
the
guys?
corner.
Do you guys have winter drip?
Oh, bro, we're getting
Hoodies.
ready for it.
You
Yeah,
getting ready for the winter
we
drip?
just got the
I see some
hoodies
of the
in.
hoodies. Yeah, yeah.
We had jackets. Those went quick, bro. Those went super.
They
quick.
already went.
Yeah, yeah. I made some limited edition jackets, and I had Joe Burrow at the logo, the Joe Burrow.
When'd you have
I
those?
put it on the inside.
Like
Just last week, yeah.
And then they just
All-
since I was here
I,
last. so.
I printed them on Friday. They were gone by yesterday.
Yeah, they were gone by
Yeah.
yesterday.
Sheesh.
Damn.
Yeah. And those jackets are super like that's what I love doing, man, is like finding rare jackets and like being able to like make them like native and create something that we've only got a couple of, right? So when somebody goes out and wears it, they're like, "Oh, where'd you get that at?" Like, "Oh, bro, you can't get this." Like,
Yeah.
but keep an eye out because they've always got new random shit they're bringing in.
Mhm.
I had somebody come in today asking for the little private label shirt. I'm like, damn, I haven't printed that in like a year, dude.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The little
bear.
the bear shirt.
Yeah. That's
So
in my
I'm like, I
closet.
can put on whatever you want. He's like, and then he got confused. He's like, well, shit, I can put on a hoodie or a shirt,
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
and I can put it on any color I want. He's like, well, then send me some options.
Hmm.
It's like, all right.
You remember the tiger that you put on the hoodie?
Give them options.
Oh, yeah.
If you put that on a trucker hat, that shit gonna go so hard.
The circular one,
I remember I bought that
Japanese.
Black, yes.
Yeah.
If you put that on a trucker hat,
That'd be
that shit-
fire. That
I'm
would
buying
be
that shit.
dope.
Yeah.
He's talking the circular one that says "Houday" and "Legends Never Die." It's written around in Japanese,
Okay.
right?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it says "Houday" right here.
And it's in okay.
It's upside down though. It's written in English, but it looks like Japanese writing.
I remember when you printed it off for me because it print like it's an all black hoodie and it's tiger and the tiger kind of was like pinkish or whatever. But I was like, yo, I'm
A
keeping that.
pink
because-
tiger.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I was like, yo, I'm keeping that. 'cause,
He's
like,
hyped
you ain't
about that.
never
That's
seen
the pink
you
tiger,
ain't
bro.
Seen no pink tiger.
You haven't
so
seen no
I'm
pink
keeping
tiger.
that shit.
Yeah,
Right.
100%.
Yeah. But if you
I'm
put
glad
that-
you still
put the
have that,
tiger on
bro.
the hat, I'm telling you, that shit, man, bro.
Yeah,
I'm all about the yin
That should
yang.
be
Put
sweet.
the yin yang on some hats.
The
man.
yin yang?
On the hat.
Yeah, bro.
that's not a bad idea for the first step
The
out there.
balance.
And
I love the yin yang. I'm a big yin yang fan. Yin yang was on my I got a class ring in the high school class ring. I had a yin yang on it because I got a black belt when I was younger. So
Oh no way. Oh
Yes, sir.
shit.
So-
Damn.
All right. All right. I'm gonna keep my distance. Let's see.
No, I'm very much a pacifist. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm,
like-
I'm gonna pass this fist through your
Hey,
face.
Drew can do a lot. Drew can run off the wall and do like a backflip.
Oh wait, we were talking about that last time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't.
What is it called
That's
when you're the
crazy
street
shit.
stuff?
Yeah, the
Free
parkour,
running?
free
What's it called?
running,
Free-
free
was it
running.
free
parkour, parkour.
Hardcore,
Yeah.
He
parkour,
showed
free
me a
running.
video. That was,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
it's-
Sick.
Shit was
Feels like
crazy.
another lifetime ago.
Yeah.
I was doing that heavy, man. I've probably done the wall flip like 3,000 times, and no joke. We used to set up a Boone County
Do it
fair.
off this window,
He
and,
could.
and another,
How much you like the window?
bro. Like these windows, man. It's crazy. They've got so much give in them.
Yeah, they've got some.
They've got
Some-
crazy amount of give.
Yeah.
They're ready
dude.
for the riots.
Yeah, I mean, I would.
You know what, man? Like, speaking of that, dude, like, I'm really fucking thankful that we've got a clothing store at Newport on the Levee, bro, that's got detailed
100%.
security all the time.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot less worry being inside here because they hire outside security Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. They've got Newport police here, so it's like, it's reassuring, man, knowing that your place is protected, bro, because like being out there and on Elm Street or Vine Street, any of those spots, man, you're vulnerable, dude. Like,
Oh, dude, for
all
sure.
all it takes is one drunk one drunk guy with rage in his head to throw a fucking bottle through your window,
which happens every weekend.
Yeah, and then once the window's broke, it's a free game for whoever wants a T-shirt.
And the best part is we have a parking garage where the first hour is for free, so you can stop in, get whatever you need. If you need to come to the spice shop, you need to come to
down to
trade,
Native
come
from
to Native.
7 to 9 o'clock.
1 hour window. That's plenty of time
Free
to get
parking
up
for the
here.
First hour.
Yeah, man, it's so convenient being in the spot for real. Like, we're very, very lucky. And like the best part is the promotion that they're doing, the new events that they're adding on.
Yeah.
We're watching football games here now. Like, it's really becoming a place where people
Hey,
can collect.
that
man.
whiteout event down here is going to be insane.
Oh, it's gonna be so much fun.
What is that about?
That's on the 29th, right?
29th.
What is that?
Yeah.
Is that some Bengals
Whiteout
situation?
on the 29th, y'all.
Yeah,
Yep.
they're going to throw a
Thursday
big
and
party
29th,
down
yeah.
here with a special guest, man.
You guys are gonna sell out, bro. Was like, we need all the whiteout gear.
Well, that's
we're the
one-
only
One dude came in and bought
motherfuckers that got
one
it.
dude came in and bought like a all white 513
He
hoodie.
did? Yes, he did. Yeah.
He had some fly shoes on.
Been
He had
sun-
some forces. Had a little peanut butter on the peanut butter. You know what I'm saying, on the midsole.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Outside
pretty
peanut
dope.
butter, inside jelly.
7 days of the week, 7 different Chevys.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
love hip hop.
That's funny, bro. But yeah, dude. So we've got like all the white stuff's down here, and then so we've got September 29th is a whiteout game. They're doing a whiteout pre-party down here. If you don't have tickets to the game, you can watch it down here on the jumbotron. They're gonna be having Wooden Cask will be out here. They'll be serving drinks. They'll be serving food as well. They'll probably have a live band. They usually do that as well.
You guys gonna be down here?
I'll be at the game.
This is the 26th.
The 29th.
29th.
I'll be
Thursday.
here. I'll be here beforehand because I am not missing the special guest that's coming to the levee.
Yes.
I'm not going to say who it is, but I am not going to miss my favorite Bengal player on earth
Oh, a little
being
insider
down here
knowledge
at
here.
Newport on the Levee
Uh-oh.
on
Yes.
September 29th.
You do
Favorite
not
Bengal-
want to be here, and I will. You're not
Sam
going to
Hubbard.
miss
Chad
it.
Johnson,
Sam Hubbard.
Terrell Owens.
Sam
Just
Hey,
know.
hey! I
Sam
tell you what though, if T.O. and Chad Johnson came down here in the Batman
Chad
and Robin
Johnson come
outfits
down
with
here,
that little
that'd be
Batmobile
crazy.
like they did, I'd be down,
Dude,
bro.
all right. Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be so dope. But
Yeah.
I will be here as well.
So yeah, bro. And let me tell you something. When I told Tyrell, because it's Tyrell's shift,
Yeah.
he shit himself, bro. He's like, I'm gonna be working for it, because they've already got it set up where like they're gonna take him around to different stores, and we've already got like, I got to tell you off air, but I've got some stuff that I want to make for him, like
Yeah.
custom stuff that I think he's gonna fucking love.
Dope. Yeah.
But anyways, September 29th, bro. It's gonna be
folks.
so
Literally.
so even if you are going to the game, I promise you, park down here at Newport on the Levee, do the pre-party here, and then walk down to the stadium. There's gonna be plenty of time because the same special guest that's going to be down here is going to be at the game, so he's going to be down here beforehand. So if you want to be a part of it and you want to see one of the legends, come down to the Newport on the Levee and be a part of it. It's going to be an incredible experience. I've been waiting to meet this dude forever, and I'm so excited that he already knows about the store. He knows what's crapping.
Yeah.
He's going to come in and hopefully he's going to fall in love with everything we got, man.
Yes, sir.
How can you not, bro?
Right.
Yeah.
How can you not?
So, but that's a cool thing. So Sunday we've got the Jets, right?
We do.
And then 4 days later we've got the Dolphins. So we've got like 2 Bengals games within 4 days of each other, and we've got plenty of merch down here. And it's a whiteout, so they're asking everybody to wear white.
Yeah.
And we planned this ahead, man. I spent a lot of money to get all these white hoodies in, and these hoodies.
There's a lot of white here.
These hoodies aren't Gildans. They're not
Yeah.
jerseys. They're not they're like, these are top of the line, soft. They are brushed cotton.
Get them while you can, folks.
I'm telling you, bro.
They're not going to be here long.
The inside of the hoodie, the material is very comfortable.
Oh, it's
That's
amazing.
what he's talking about.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
what he's
bro.
talking about.
The actual feeling of the inside is
Yeah.
just the softest.
The hoodie
Ugh.
was brushed. So after the whole thing was sewn together, they brushed the inside of it, and it gives it this like real soft feel. But they're heavy hoodies, so they're like an 8-ounce hoodie. So I think they're 9-ounce hoodies. So they're a nice heavy hoodie because it's supposed to be like 60-something degrees, so it's perfect for the game. But these are the things that made Native popular 5-10 years ago, which was instead of me buying the Gildan hoodie, and then Andrew going, "Hey, I'll buy a hoodie just to support a friend." Like I was able to give him a high quality hoodie that instead of him just going, I'll wear it one time and then throw it in the closet and never wear it again, all of a sudden he's wearing it 3 days a week at the house, like when he's doing laundry, when he's cleaning the house, because it's the go-to hoodie. It's just so comfortable, right?
That's what you want to make, though.
Well, it cost me $3 more on my end, and that's what these kids need to understand, dude.
Yeah.
It's not like the longevity's there if you care about your customer. Like, I didn't go with the Gildans and save $3. I went $3 more per hoodie, which at the time was expensive because
when you're buying,
30,
100
36,
hoodies, 30
72 hoodies at a time,
that's
like
hundreds of dollars.
over 100 hoodies in some cases,
Yeah,
man. Like, you're talking on a local business, small end. We're not talking Walmart. We're talking, there's no back end doing it. This is just direct to the wholesaler at these costs. Like,
For sure.
on a smaller scale, that's how you do elevate yourself. Just like he's saying, like, that is how you do it. You don't skip. You don't cut corners. That's
how you keep people
exactly,
coming back
like,
as well.
We were always like printing band merch throughout my days. Like, and it was like I'm like, all right, well, I want people to wear this stuff. Just like he's thinking, the same thought process, different field. I'm like, I want people to wear this.
You'll have homies buy it to support you, and then they'll throw it in the closet and never wear it.
Exactly, they'll wear it when they see you. They know they're going to see you
at that point.
They'll wear it the one time when they know they're going to see you. But outside of that, it won't be on there. Any pictures that they post online. Yeah. The goal is to get in that profile picture.
You want to sell them their favorite shirt. Their favorite hoodie.
Yes,
and that's one of the main reasons why I'm here today is because I spent the extra couple dollars on the front end to make sure that I mean, I didn't, I knew that the hoodie was nice when I was buying it, right? But the reciprocation I got with people going, hey, when I get home I throw this on, like this is my
like comfy hoodie or whatever.
When I get home, this is what I go to now. Like, that's such a gratifying feeling. And like what you were saying, bro, when I see somebody out that wasn't planning on running into me and they're wearing something native, like I need to start hugging them. You know what I mean? I need to like make sure that they know that
I've seen native shit out there before I even really knew what it was. Like, it was honestly just, it's definitely becoming a staple.
I appreciate it,
of the
bro.
city. And I'm not just saying that whatever. It's just because I just met you guys, all of you. I don't know, 3 weeks ago or whatever. And
lifetime ago.
Lifetime ago, right? Literally, from a project that we're working on together, and. It has seemed like we've known each other for, longer than that, for sure, for a lifetime. But, like, oh, native, like, yeah, I know what that is. Not because, like, I've seen any advertising.
Right. None of it. I've never paid for advertising.
I've never seen any advertising. I've never seen this or that. Like, I was just, like, I just see people wearing it because, I'm out in the scene in Cincinnati quite a bit, whether it's at shows, if it's walking across the Purple People Bridge, if it's out at bars, whatever. Like, I've seen it before, so it's like I didn't pay too much attention to it. It's like, oh, that's a thing. Mm-hmm. That's a Cincinnati thing. Like, whatever. Like, I don't know anything about it. But and then when Deuces was like,
I love that quote. It's a Cincinnati thing.
Whatever.
It's a Cincinnati thing.
The whatever's the best part. Whatever.
Because
it's so established. That it's all right.
Whatever.
It's just supposed to be there. It's supposed to be there.
Like
That's all.
All cities
that's
have that
huge,
thing.
For real.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's just me as an outsider, and I'm not here to fluff anything. Like, whatever. Sure. This is just like, and I don't know. Yeah, like this. I've seen it before. Yeah. And and I was like, oh yeah, I've heard of it. Not because of advertising, but it's because I see people wearing it. And that's awesome. I came in here and I was like, wow, this is actually way doper than I thought it was going to be.
I be around the city. Yeah. I be walking around the city and stuff like that. I see people in the most random spots that have native stuff on.
All the time, bro, for sure.
Me and Tyrell, we ran into each other a couple times in the city. Like, he'll tell you.
Oh, yeah.
He'll tell you.
He'll stop people and take pictures, bro.
Yeah, now that I know it, I'm going to, like, if I see somebody wearing, like, I'm into a lot of things, but I'm also into, like, jam band music. So if I see somebody wearing like a Fish shirt or some shit, like I'll be like, I'll stop them and be like, yes, and then they'll be like, yes, because like they know, like no one's wearing a Fish shirt if like you're not super hyped about the band, and like you're like, oh, we're friends now, or like a Grateful Dead, you see the Bolt of Enlightenment, or some kind of like Grateful Dead like logos, like dude, high five, just because I know that we're friends.
Status quo.
Right.
One of my favorite stories, just like that, is a buddy of mine. He was out and about, and he saw a native shirt, and he stopped the dude real quick because he was passing. He's like, "Hey, how do you know Jay or Andrew? How do you know Jay?" And the guy was like, "Who?" I don't know who that person is. This is my favorite shirt, bro.
Hey,
and he just walked on.
The brand is
and
beyond.
And my
it's
buddy
bigger
was
than
like,
you. It's bigger than you now.
Right? He was like, what? He's like, when he reacted, who? Like, dude, why are you stopping me, dude? Like, he was like, I was just so surprised. He walked on. I sat and my mouth was open. Like, dude doesn't even know the person who made that, and he's just walking down the street. He said it was his favorite shirt, bro. Like that alone, those little moments, because those are just people living their lives, choosing the shirt they want to put on for that day. And that's, I mean, the walking billboard. Hat's a walking billboard. Like, when he mentioned that to me, that the hat's a billboard, I was like, that makes so much sense, because that's exactly what it is. But, like, that's what a shirt is, that you're just walking around advertising. But if someone is so committed to it that they're like, all right, this is my day when something great could happen to me. Mm-hmm. What do I want to wear?
I'm going to put on my favorite native shirt, because I have 5.
Yeah, and they're not thinking about us here down at the store. Like, whatever. That's way beyond that conversation at this point. They're just going about whatever they think is going to bring
shirt makes them feel.
Best fortune that they can have. Mm-hmm. What are they going to wear when the best fortune happens? And that's...
And they put on what makes them feel good, bro.
Yeah. You want to look your best when you're trying to achieve something great. That's why people rock great clothes and music videos, because they're trying to knock out of they're not trying to be them regular selves. They're like, how can I win the lottery on this? I need to wear something that's going to help me win the lottery, aka viral music video. Yeah. So, like, they're going to dress to impress. If a native shirt is the move, then that's awesome. That's what we're looking for.
Man, I used to work at a Barleycorns over in Cold Springs, and I was serving over there.
I know that Barleycorns.
You know, by NKU.
Yeah, I know that place. I've been there once or twice.
I was serving a table one time, and there was a guy, I want to say he was probably like in his late 40s, and he was at the table. He had his wife and kids. He had a native hat on. It was like a fitted, it was a fitted, you know what I'm saying, fitted native cap. You feel me? It was,
that was back when we were doing the fitted joints before we got big, bro.
Yeah.
Well, it was like UK colors pretty much, because a lot of people over there, they be room for UK.
Yeah. And then, like, even though they're right by NKU. I guess there's not much to root for NKU. I'm an NKU alumni, so I'm not going to take it.
Same. So but I also went to UK as well, so I went to both.
Look, man, I
was a transfer.
I went to NKU for computers. And if you look it up, Jay Banks, Northern Kentucky University, they say that I got a fashion degree. Like, Northern Kentucky's website.
Oh, they're like one of the notable people that graduated from here type shit?
Yeah, bro. I'm like, hey, man, I'm cool. Like, I'll play. I'll act as if, man. Just send me a diploma, bro.
We're a live podcast, yeah.
Live podcast?
Yes, sir. We're actually live on Facebook and a few other platforms right now. Yeah,
we're live on YouTube as well.
Yeah. Excuse me? We do interviews. It's called ThePowWow, so we have a kind of conversation for a few hours.
What you do? You do music? Yeah. Okay.
Native TV.
So on Facebook, it's
if you go to YouTube, just type in Native TV, one word, and then presents, and then that it should pop up for you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you want to get on the podcast, it's on the Instagram. Go to the Native brand. Just DM us on there or tag us in a couple things you want us to see. And we're actually going to be posting. We've got, like, I think up until October 11th booked, but after that, we're open. Awesome, man. Take a look around, man. All right.
Yeah, we are live. Yes, sir.
That's the best part of the store is you can come in here and be a part of it. You can come down here and shop if you see something. Actually, that Jamar Chase, the Chosen One shirt that I made. That shit was fire, bro. It was gone quick too.
Gone real quick. It was made and gone.
There was a girl that came in. She bought the Joe Burrow Puff sweatshirt, and then I think she asked if we're gonna be coming out with any other stuff. I said, yeah, I just made this Jamar Chase the Chosen One shirt. She goes, shut up. Where's it at? And I showed her. She's like, oh my God, when are you making more of these? I'm like, oh, they'll be in by Friday. She's like, I'm coming back Friday.
Yeah. Big bet.
One, the native, it's like a baseball shirt. You know, it's got like the sleeves probably.
Oh yeah, the raglan tees.
And he's like grabbing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
fire, bro. That's
Charlie Hustle, bro.
Oh, that's
Charlie
Hustle.
It's Pete Rose, but Charlie Hustle is the.
That's what they called Charlie and Charlie Hustle.
Yeah.
Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul.
Yeah,
bro.
His boss called him Charlie Hustle.
Yeah.
Anyways, I Better Call Saul. I hate to digress from what we were talking about, but I do love that show. Anyways, back to shirts though. The one that you're wearing right now, Jay. What is up with that? That's some like super like deep cut native stuff, huh?
Do you remember? Do you know who this character is?
Yeah, it's the 7-Up character from like the 90s.
Yeah, bro. His name's Fido Dido, and he's about to be a brand rep for the native brand, bro.
Fido Dido.
We're about to get serious with it.
Yeah, we're about to run a whole campaign with him, man.
Yeah, you know what's crazy, man? Like I love the team that we have, man, because I'm in here. I print Monday through Friday, right? And like the levy isn't. We don't get a ton of numbers Monday through Friday, but Saturday and Sunday, it like everyone's down here.
Balances out.
Yeah, so it's like I'm here during the weekday, and I just come in and I look at everything on the shelves, and I go, okay, we need to print this, and this, and so I'll order the stuff, and I'll get it all printed by Friday. And then when Saturday comes in, I got Saturday and Sunday off thanks to these guys. But that's when everything flies off the shelves, and so I don't know what sells and what doesn't. So every Monday, like him and I, we usually have like an hour convo.
Is there no way to track that?
No, there is.
We track it.
It's
It's about going and looking at the
but it's kind of a
analytics.
weekly shift.
I like hearing over the
Facts.
data, right?
Big
Like
time.
like because
Yeah.
I can go in there and see that we
Yeah.
sold 30 beanies, but I want to know like what people were feeling, right? Like if people had reactions to this or that. So we'll have a conversation on Monday about it and try to level it out. But thanks to these guys, man, like it all flies out of here on Saturdays and Sundays. So when Monday, like I don't even know what sells. So I'll come in here and I'll just look at what's empty on the shelves, but I'll talk to these guys and he's like, bro, that's 7-Up tea. We can't keep it on the shelf. And I didn't know. Like I come in here and I just knock them out, and I'm so like I'm in the everyday to print. It's like I'm really not realizing what's selling and what doesn't. But thanks to these guys, like they're like, hey, bro, like this is the one we need to keep in stock. And like they're all my designs. And like we said earlier, bro, like we take all those designs and we throw them on the window. And we don't know which ones are going to stick. But like if you get a good crew, man, like you and Tyrell are killing it, man. I really appreciate you guys taking the reins too. Like we had 2 big orders. We did a 250 shirt order for a restaurant in Seattle. We did another 150 shirt order off of E&O at the Banks and at the Bengal Stadium.
Yeah, man.
So thanks to these guys, man, we're able to like. It's just not me here, bro. So it's not like when I leave, I've got to turn everything off, which is an amazing feeling. I can, like, when I leave, I just go, okay, here's the paperwork, boom, boom,
Get it done.
yeah,
Yes,
and then I
if I
can
want to
come
put
in
my
the next
energy into
day.
something, I'm going to put my energy into it the proper way rather than half in, half out. It doesn't do you any good. I mean, like.
Plus, you're gaining so much knowledge too, man.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to be able to, like, I mean, you're already able to run that machine.
Yeah, I can run this entire store, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
That's how you want it, though. That's
really, like.
Jay, as a business owner, that's what you want. It's so hard to find like good collaborators, workers, employees like that or whatever.
It helps. I mean, we've both been business owners in our own right. Like, it's just like when it was time to jump off my track, his track was available, and he needed another pilot in there. So like, just jumping onto his train, right, or ship or whatever you want to say.
Right,
so like, we're just in sync because we were already in sync in 2 different worlds, and then the worlds just collided, and then all of a sudden the pandemic happened. So then we're together a lot, and then that was the brainchild for the White Room.
That shit was crazy,
the
bro.
lab and everything was the brain.
That's going to be such a good memory, man. You know, looking down the road when you and I were in here when, like, we were outside when the pandemic was happening. All the stores were closed.
Yeah,
there was nothing in here at all.
just us.
We were the only store open at the levee, bro. Besides like the aquarium.
Yeah, no employees, no management.
And like when we drove through the parking lot, we were the ones that were turning the lights on.
Yeah,
Like that's how empty it was.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we had all, and like you walked right out our doors, and then there was just like a fence because they were doing all that remodeling. So like we didn't have much room to play at all, bro. But like we just we pivoted, man. Like this guy Andrew Listerman, shout out to him. He does amazing music videos. For Drake, for Justin Bieber, for Tyga.
The name sounds extremely
Riveting Entertainment he owns.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I've heard of them. Yeah.
So they're out of LA. They just opened one up in Atlanta. Actually, bro, that's somebody. In 16 months, man, I'm gonna connect you with him because
Give it 16 months.
I need you for 16 months, and after that,
you send me off.
I'll put you
I'm
up
here
to
for
the
that.
I'll put you to the majors,
it,
bro.
I would be honored, really.
Because Andrew Listerman he's the truth, man, and so he's running it out in L.A. and then Scott Sheridan is running Riveting in Atlanta now. And Atlanta obviously is like the hip hop capital of the world, right?
Yeah,
so.
right.
they're killing it there when it comes to music videos, man. But he was the one that told me, bro, like, I got put in that corner where I didn't know what I was gonna do, man. Like, we weren't making any money, like, and I was like, at least I've got $200 in the drawer to pay my bills. Like, that's how dire it got at one point. But like, Andrew was like, yo, you gotta pivot, man. Like,
what year was that?
What's that?
What year was that when you
so I signed I signed the lease to the 4,000 square foot store outside on March 1st, 2020. We moved in on March 12th,
and you had $200 in the drawer to pay bills.
No, we were good then, but the pandemic. We moved in on March 12th to open up on March 20th.
But you guys fucking crushed it through the pandemic.
No, the pandemic happened March 17th and shut everything down. So for 2 months we were closed.
Right. Did you do any online kind of stuff or anything like that, or nothing? I mean, nobody was really worried about apparel or worried about anything. I
think we sold some gift cards to offset it. It worked out. Like, the levy really helped out, man. They bend our lease so that we could stay. So like they've been nothing but amazing.
I mean, the timing couldn't have been worse. I mean, or better, I guess you could say, in the outcome with if we were open, I don't think the lab experience would be what it is today. So with that time that we were shut down, I really think
we had to pivot and try to figure out how to make this place. We had to think, like, we were committed to success post-pandemic. So like, whatever that looked like, we were going to try to make moves. But at the same time, people aren't here. They're not here to see what you're doing. You're literally just, everyone's at home, right? We were here on the levee alone, and because we had to pivot, we knew at the end of the day we had to like try to blow some people's minds, like, when it's time to open back up. And that's when we started the lab.
Yeah, that's when we started thinking on Think Tank, man. We just had a room and friends would stop by and whatever here and there, but really,
what, honestly,
ghost town, bro.
Honestly, you know what really probably put the brand into the stratosphere was the pandemic, and it was that stimulus check. Because without that stimulus check, without that $1,400 that they gave everyone at the very beginning, that's how I got that 7-Up door. So I bought
great use of stimmy money.
Bro,
I bought a computer with mine.
I bought a camera and a laptop.
Well, I did investments though, right? I bought a computer so I could build my video company.
There you go, bro. 100%.
Right. So
and when I first started on the podcast, I was taking photos. We were just talking about today. I was doing the photo work for the podcast when guests would come on, and then I just found my way here. But like, we all used our stimmies for.
Right.
Yeah.
I went
super creative because like you told us about how you said that was like a water, like a heater.
Bro. Yeah, that's my water heater. Did I tell you that, Nick?
Last time we were on the podcast, we talked about it a little bit.
So everybody listening, this graffiti can right here, this is actually my old water heater for my house. So when I had to get it replaced, he was like, we can dispose of this if you want. I'm like, no, dude. Like, I'm gonna use this, and of course, my wife is like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Do you have a bunch of shit like that just kind of laying around your house?
No, it's not. I'm not like a hoarder or anything. It's not bad. But like, if I find something to use, I'm gonna use it right away, and I'm gonna build it and get it done. But
why it's on the mind,
yeah. Like for that, bro. Like I was just like, man, this is gonna be cool as shit. I want like a 6-foot graffiti can. So like when I had it in my foyer of my house for a couple of years, and it actually, like, when you walk past it, it would spray.
What?
Yeah, so...
Man, you're good at rigging that kind of stuff, though.
Yeah, bro. You know what? Like,
How do you even do that? Like, how do you even, like... It was like a motion sensor
It was a motion sensor with one of those...
Febreze things?
Febreze things. Sure was, bro. Yeah. Simple.
Hilarious.
Simple, but
too easy though. But like, people may be overthinking things.
That's how they create haunted houses, bro.
Yeah.
You got simple stuff. You kind of make it.
We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
About
Speaking
some
of haunted
crazy
houses, the USS Nightmare that's right down here on the levee.
30-year anniversary this year.
Hey, Kurt, guess what? We're interviewing them next Tuesday.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So they'll be down here. I think they're gonna have a couple people all dressed up and maybe either on the podcast or lingering around the levee. But I think it's going to be some fun, man. We're going to get to interview the USS Nightmare crew. The 30 years that they've been here, man. That's impressive, bro.
That is.
Especially with...
together and go out there, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, that would be cool. Man, you know what? Maybe we should go out there pre-podcast and film us going through it
Hey, man.
Let's go.
I
Let's
would-
go.
I would love
for-
Yeah, let's go.
I would love for iLico to be the in-house media
You,
situation for you guys.
you're stuck. I'm already.
You're stuck.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You're working.
16 months.
Bro, you're
Put it
working
on
Saturday
paper.
morning, 10
Yeah.
10 to 4.
I
You're
got
taking
you, I got
Tyrone's
you,
Saturday
boss.
show.
Yeah.
I got you, boss.
We'll teach you how to use the POS. You can run sales and film shit.
Shit. Hey, man.
It ain't too tough.
Yeah, man, I'm about it. You know, like I said, I live down the road, and I love hanging out. And I love working with people, and I love, this seems like a spot where you can just get to meet people.
It's creative,
And
man. And
tons,
like
man.
this, it's like we're
Tons.
if there's multiple people in here, we're always talking about how to get to the next level. It's you know what I mean. It's always on how to better like each other, man. So that's what I love about this place. It's a collective for people that just want to just put their minds together. It's almost like a blue light. You ever seen one of those things where it's like a blue light musician thing where like 2 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
Like John Mayer used to go to those things in L.A. where he would it was just an open room. They would have like blue lights everywhere, and it was just a bunch of like musicians that would just go in there and just kind of bounce ideas off of each other. And it was like major artists would come in and be a part of this shit, man.
Yeah,
but
like
it's
a
just
music
like
think tank, bro.
What the blue light represent? Like, is that like?
it's just the mood, I guess,
Oh,
man.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like but
Blue sets moods, man. Blue
Yeah.
is black color blue. That's why they have blue lights everywhere. If you drive around, you'll see them everywhere. It just is relaxing.
Have you noticed the purple lights out in front of the
That's
the intersection? Yeah,
by
in front
Brio?
of Son of Brio. Yeah.
Yeah.
I asked the police
Yeah.
officer. He's like, I don't know what
Yeah.
you're talking about. I'm like, you haven't seen these
Yeah.
purple lights, bro? Like,
Some
Yes.
people don't pay attention to that. But
I'm
they're
like, how do you
but
not
I
see
noticed
them?
it as well.
Create, you
Yeah,
know
that's a
what
new
I'm saying?
thing.
it's like it. What is it about? Like, does it highlight something? You know what I mean? Like, does it
don't
highlight
know.
license plates as you drive by? Like, what's
That might.
there's got to be a point to such a
the
purple
license
light.
plate with the camera on it. Maybe?
I thought it was more of like just like getting people to want to come in that direction of the levee. You know,
And-
like,
Really?
oh, look, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Like,
like
I saw
like
it, I was like,
moss
oh,
to a flame.
yeah, yeah, right.
And
Yeah,
right,
speaking
right,
speaking
yeah.
of lights, Blink, because Blink's
Oh, that's
coming
coming
up.
in.
Oh yeah.
That'll be a
Yep.
big one. October
October.
16th.
Yeah, that's
We
gonna be
should reach
something.
out to them to see if we can get them on the podcast.
Yes.
Someone down
Oh
there.
yeah.
Yeah. Didn't you say you knew the guy that started it originally?
Yeah, Andrew Van Sickle. So
Yeah,
it
but
used to be
They
called
unfortunately cut their ties recently because of creative differences.
I'm not sure what happened. So he started it with Luminosity, and it was he's an artist that does some dope ass, like you've probably seen like the Weeping Supergirl that he's done, or like a couple of other things that are like legendary art here in Cincinnati. But he did this like shot of Music Hall, and he did it with like these super iridescent colors, man. Where like he did a couple different ones where like the clouds or like the sky was neon pink, and then one of them like the sky was like neon yellow. But he did it in this like really like vibrant colors, and the photo the art was so dope, man. That's where the whole thing like it aspired from, was him doing these like it basically looked like it looked like Blink pre-Blink, like the inception of it, on how he painted Music Hall to have all these different bright
colors,
lights on it.
yeah.
Yeah, man. So,
It's
and
dope.
he's actually Andrew Van Sickle. I'd love to get
admire
him
that
on
stuff,
too,
yeah.
man. That's a good call because he's big into NFTs now. So he's in with
Get in
with
it now before it's too
Fontova.
late.
Pink.
I'm
Yeah.
still
it's
trying to
dope.
learn about that.
So he's doing
deep
everything with Mr. Pink right now,
Mr.
and
Pink
he was
NFT. Shout out.
Andrew Van Sickle was just on. He was on a board as well, or whatever that like a
Board Ape.
What's that?
You said a board?
Not a board, but like the speaking cast of like something in New York,
Oh, okay, yeah,
like
yeah,
one of
yeah.
those NYC NFT events.
Yeah,
like
okay.
one of my two good friends are the guys that basically they're the spokesmen of it that tell everybody. We actually had him on the podcast, bro. I think I told you that, and no sound
Oh,
the whole
yeah.
episode.
Was it Mr. Pink on
Mr.
here?
Pink
Yeah,
NFT, bro. Yeah, and then the
damn.
next day he went viral, millions and millions of views.
Yeah, he was there for that
What
that
happened?
Rams Bengal practice.
Yeah.
He got the video that they were showing on ESPN.
So and so like I know, so nothing can happen to the dude, right? Because it was a practice game, and the NFL doesn't have any rules on
NFL
that.
yeah,
So, but
NFL
like
doesn't.
nothing outside of the teams, like no reprimands, no
Nothing. Season went
don't
on as
do it
normal.
again. Just like
I don't even know if they told
fucking-
him that. He's their best player. I don't know what they told him. He's
Jesus
considered
Christ.
and Aaron Donald is considered at this point he's approaching the best defensive player of all time.
Really?
Yeah, he's that statistically. dominant. He's just really good. He plays for the Rams. He's just a beast, man. No one can stop him. He's so good that they double, triple team him, which
Really?
leaves gaps for everybody else. His stats are
double or triple team a defensive player.
because he gets to the quarterback so he's such a monster.
Oh, gotcha. That makes sense. Sorry.
The line's double tripling him because he's
I
just
gotcha.
yeah,
I
and
think
then it opens up the gaps for everybody else. So everyone else gets to the quarterback, not Aaron Donald, because
Yeah.
he's they're putting multiple grown men on one person.
That's crazy.
He's
I'm
just
pretty
that
sure
good.
The coach, they had a talk. I mean,
They
it
had
was,
to have had a talk.
It was a practice
Yeah, but he's
game.
still their
they
best
had a
player,
talk.
so like
Yeah.
they're not going to reprimand him. I don't
Nah,
think.
they not on the practice.
The NFL,
game.
unless the NFL does so, and they don't do it on practices.
The whole,
so.
I promise. I feel like the whole reason that even happened. I mean, we played in the Super Bowl. Obviously, there's still some emotions that's going on from the Super Bowl, and then they meet each other at a practice game. So players go get chippy. They go say
For sure.
shit to it.
Especially when they know they can't get in trouble for any of this, because those players know.
Yeah,
Those players know when they can do and when they can't. But I will say, like, there's been some chippy shit going on in the NFL lately, man. That fight between Marshawn Lattimore and Mike Evans.
And he was Mike Evans. I felt like Mike Evans
and
he
Tom Brady
looking out
was
for
in
Tom
there.
Brady,
Yeah.
We were saying this earlier today. I'm like, bro, I want to hear what Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he apologized for a few things,
Tom
but
Brady be saying some.
Tom Brady's
I feel like he be
fiery,
saying
man.
I mean, he can say anything he wants, though, right?
I just wonder what he be saying, like,
He
because you
can.
never like get to really hear what he be saying, but like, you see it on like Sports Center all the time. You hear him talk.
Let's fucking go.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
hey,
man.
bro, that shit would be so funny. I just
see, the
wanna
thing
hear
is-
what
When
he
they
say.
mic up the quarterbacks and
Yeah.
do like this special things.
Yes, yeah,
But he don't
I
never
love the
be like
mic-ups.
mic'd up with it. So like
He just
whenever
yells.
something happens, you
You
see it
just
on
hear
Sports
it.
Center. You just see their mouths
Yeah.
moving. But
he
he
gets
gotta
so
be saying
mad,
something,
bro. He gets so mad. He's got.
He a competitor. I
He
feel like-
is.
yeah,
He is.
that-
But I
that's
mean,
in
we're talking.
I mean, he
Which
retired,
one?
right? And then he just came back
Yeah,
after
he-
like a couple weeks out
Yeah,
of
well,
retirement.
I mean, there's a lot to that retirement.
Is there?
If you want, I mean, it's he was trying to like.
Go
So,
ahead.
yeah, if you want to go deep,
Let's go deep.
Okay. So Tom Brady retired from the NFL for 40 days. He came back because he wanted to go play for the Miami Dolphins. He actually reached out to the Miami Dolphins before he came to the Buccaneers. He wants to eventually be an owner of the Miami Dolphins.
Why Miami Dolphins? Aren't they like
He
one
wants
of
to be
the
an owner.
worst
It's
teams?
Miami.
Oh, not now.
Now they're
It's
pretty good
Miami.
these
No,
days.
they're actually really good.
It's Miami.
Right.
It's just
And
being in Miami.
It's
It's the
Miami.
best property value. There's
Yeah.
there's a lot of
But
a lot
they
of
were like
benefits.
a pretty like piss poor
In that
like
area.
football team for a while, right?
They were, but
Yeah.
But just like being down, I feel like
it's just being down there raises your value and just the entertainment aspect. And Tom Brady's going into a
Because
new
like,
era, man.
and he's an older dude. He's like, where do
Yeah.
I want to live? Where do I want to take my kids or whatever?
here's a good one.
I want to spend my life in Miami.
Here's a good one. Think about when LeBron left Cleveland and went to Miami. You would ask like, what the heck? Like, what would make him want to go down to Miami?
Have you seen the women in Miami?
Market-
Come on.
market, man, yeah. Literally-
lifestyle,
I'm only
all
joking.
that.
Tom Brady-
And
Tom
you
Brady-
I'm
still-
only
and you
joking.
still
But
I
get
haven't.
to-
I've never been to Miami,
and
so
you
I
still
personally.
get to
It's
see one of the
it's
best
fun.
seen the women in
basketball
Miami.
players in the league.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Like, come on, bro.
But Tom's a little older now, so he's in the point of retirement.
I'm about to go retire in Miami.
but he
and-
couldn't
Yeah.
get there. He couldn't get there, and he also tried to go to.
How does Tom Brady not get to
He
like,
could-
go wherever he
he-
wants to go?
right, he
They
couldn't
didn't have
get
the
there.
salary cap for him or what?
I believe it had something to do with the Patriots. There's some trade clause or something along the lines that he wasn't able to make that shift to happen.
So it was a loop. It's not because they didn't want him. It was just like legally.
Everyone, the Raiders. He almost went to the Raiders as well. So he
Which
almost
is
went
also like
Ooh,
not.
that would've
Yes.
been ooh.
yeah. Do you know that? So he almost went to the
He's
Vegas
just trying to
Raiders.
find like where's the best. Where can I
But the
live
Ra-
and
but
be
the-
like
where can I
comfortable?
win the
But
most
Raiders
as well?
moved- The Raiders
yeah,
moved
yeah.
to Las Vegas.
He was in. Well, so the reason he didn't go to the
Because they went to
Raiders
Vegas.
because John Gruden decided he didn't want Tom Brady.
What?
Yeah, you just not hearing this? So John
Yeah,
John Gruden. Okay, so it was just big in the media like 2 weeks ago. So it's a fresh thing. I don't know if you've caught that. It was in your algorithm. But so basically, John Gruden came out. They said that John Gruden he didn't think Tom Brady was the guy for them. They were going to continue with Derek Carr, who's their quarterback currently, and I think everyone's speculating that John Gruden didn't want that big of a personality to come into the Raiders organization and basically outshine him. But we all know John Gruden
That's the stupid. Like,
he's no longer with the Raiders because of some emails that he sent. You know, that's kind of what he said was next level.
Were there
messed up.
dick pics involved?
No, it was race. It was race related.
Oh,
Yeah, bad.
worse.
Yeah.
Big bad. Big bad.
Way worse.
Way bad. Real
Yeah.
bad. Real bad. But at the time, prior, like way before these emails were discovered, because these emails are from years ago, so they just surfaced. But this situation with Tom Brady, he didn't want Tom Brady because I guess he didn't want a big personality to overshadow him because he got the 10-year, $100 million deal. So he's the man, and he's not even a player. You know what I mean? He's a coach.
Yeah.
But
and when you're on the field, the players.
They're the one playing. Know what
right.
you're
So
talking
why would you
about.
not want Tom Brady?
Okay.
Because he ended up at the
He's got an
Buccaneers.
ego
He ended up at the
Phil
Buccaneers
Jackson,
instead. So that's
okay.
that's-
Phil Jackson coached MJ. He coached Kobe, right?
Yeah.
But when you're on the court and you playing with, amongst other teammates, you go here with the coach saying, you know what plays need to be run, but the
Yeah.
person who's supposed to help get it done, I'm trying not to cuss.
He was like,
No, you
the
said-
player that helped get it done, you go relate more to him.
100%.
So like,
Yeah, yes,
that's,
absolutely.
To me, I'm like, yeah. that don't
Tom
make
Brady's gonna come onto the Raiders and be like, "I'm the captain now."
Essentially,
He don't
You-
even gotta say
because
that,
when
but
he
it's
comes
just
into
like-
if he comes into any situation, his word above everybody else's.
Right, exactly.
Any coach,
Or maybe like,
he's up there with the owners on that level just because of how decorated he is.
Right.
He was the 6th round pick, 199, and he's won that many Super Bowls in multiple teams now. Like, can you imagine if he goes to another team and wins another Super Bowl, like a 3 teams? Like that would just things that he's probably thinking about. Like, what can I do next? Can you just
Right.
like, what can I do to push
Right.
your history books to where you're not talking about anything else?
he's
but
just
me?
like,
like literally think about that. Like you're not talking about
Like
you're not
he-
talking about anybody else but
he's
me
just like MJ.
for the rest of the time,
He's
bro.
like MJ. He's obsessed with women.
Yeah,
He
until
go-
LeBron, it was all
he go
MJ.
find a way.
Until LeBron, now there's a new conversation.
LeBron like winning too.
But,
he,
like,
he
yeah.
kind of do his
LeBron's
way,
in
different way.
season 20. You know what I mean? So LeBron's at the point where like he's lived 3 almost 4 NBA careers in
Hey,
one career.
He'd have finally
I know.
he'd have
He
finally
got
won
that
the
hair.
head,
Yeah. His head's all bald now.
LeBall James.
LeBron James. Yeah,
LeBron
bro.
James.
No, I mean it
Yeah,
looks
he
good
said-
though.
he
He'll be
said-
all right.
Yeah, yeah. for
He,
sure.
I think they're going to be good. All right, they're signing Dennis Schroeder.
I can't wait for the.
They got
NBA
they got Pat Bev.
They need to have Pat. I think they should have Pat Bev at the 1. Let Westbrook run it 2. I've always
Yes.
felt like Westbrook was
I
a
think
2 guard anyway.
I think he should be in the second like the second line. So I don't think he should be a starter anymore, bro.
No,
But he's not gonna accept it,
You
but-
can't put him on the bench. I'm sorry. You can't do it.
Yes, you can.
Nah, you can't. You can't. You
Yes,
gotta
you can.
you gotta have Pat Bev run the 1.
Man,
Let Westbrook run the 2. Let LeBron do his thing at the 3. You
if
feel
his
me?
shooting is all
AD
right, because he's practicing his shooting, he's working on it.
But
if,
he's more
if,
of a
if
sla-
Westbrook improves his shooting, yes. But otherwise, his point differential,
I mean,
everything he does,
he can try to
he
improve
brings
his
the
shoot.
team down, man.
But
Unfortunately,
because I feel like he's playing out of position. I think he's more efficient at shooting guard. He's a slasher. He can get to the
He is.
basket. He'll dunk.
he's got
he can
he's got
still
a,
dunk on.
he's got a never-ending charge. I know, but like he throws up bricks. Like I mean, they call him West Brick for a reason, bro.
yeah.
That nickname doesn't just
I know.
pop
I be
up.
hearing that, but
You'd be hearing that. It's because it's true. When he throws the ball up, how's it hitting? It's hitting just back of the like
So,
what? You at
when
least
Dwayne Wade, okay, when LeBron got down to Miami,
Yeah.
and he was playing alongside with Dwayne Wade. I don't know what was going on, but I remember it was a few games where Dwayne Wade was shooting shots and they was doing that.
Sure, but he's not.
It just
He's
didn't
not.
get-
He's not.
Wasn't
his
nobody
level.
paying attention like that for real.
Sure,
but like
sure.
they
Yeah,
haven't,
the
'cause
media's really
I saw it and I
changed
was
it.
like, what
For
the
sure.
fuck?
I mean,
like,
Wade was getting older. You know what I mean? Like, but he still played for years. He played. He played with the Cavs and stuff. So like,
I just think he better at the 2. Let Pat, because you don't really need like a superstar point guard. You need like just
No.
a solid point
Game
guard to run the
facilitator, yeah,
offense. You know, Pat Bev, he gonna do what he do. He's more of a defensive point guard. He's gonna do what he do. You
he's a
feel me? Like,
pesty guy. He's gonna.
I think Elliott a good fit for him.
I think they'll be all right. I think they'll be all right.
Well,
I
he's
just.
already played in LA. He
It's
played
just
with the Clippers.
can
so-
Anthony Davis stay healthy? Can LeBron
Yeah, that you know,
stay a facilitator? He doesn't need to be a primary scorer anymore.
LeBron go keep doing what he doing.
I know, but he also needs to remember that he's putting in a lot of miles, man.
Man, that man in great shape.
He is. He is.
Ain't-
I'm just
ain't-
worried. This is season 20, man. It's make or break.
All right.
But he just signed a new more extension.
If it's
so.
like that, then he'll just. You ever heard of a point forward?
Absolutely.
So
I know all the positions. I
know
mean,
what
I
I'm
know.
saying? So
a point forward is
pretty much like a power forward.
exactly. It's
that
just a
can
big
see.
point guard, dude.
And
Really.
and if he
So-
if he feels like he's slowing down, he go work from the post and do the same thing he been doing, but he go do it around the post instead of the wing.
Yes.
That's it.
For sure. And
He gonna still
but he, I
dominate.
mean, he's literally been a
Swear to
point
God.
forward his whole career. For real, he's been he's played
like
point
Magic.
guard.
He
He is like Magic. Yeah, I agree.
Everybody always compare LeBron James to Jordan.
He's not Jordan.
Since I was like 12,
not
I
Jordan.
always felt like he played like Magic.
That whole
Always.
conversation drives me crazy because he's not a Jordan
He's not
esque
Jordan.
player. That's Kobe. That's a Kobe's a
Yeah,
Jordan esque.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
LeBron
'Cause
is a
it's the
Magic
mentality,
man. He's
the
a Magic. He's a facilitator.
Yeah.
Jordan wasn't a
Always been like
passer.
that.
Jordan
was just
Jordan
cold-eyed,
Jordan
a
Jordan was the ultimate
cold-blooded
competitor.
killer,
There's a
scorer,
difference, major difference. But that the GOAT talk, like that's a different
Like,
conversation.
Westbrook
But
could be like that if he was, like you said, if he was a little bit more consistent with shooting.
Westbrook just needs
He would
to.
be like that.
He needs to learn that
Hey, we can't forget though. Now that's
Who?
triple double.
Mr. Triple Double, yeah. But Mr.
So we-
Triple
come
Double
on.
is looking at all his peers getting championships, and he's still like,
He just got that. He.
I don't got any.
I
of
feel
those.
like with Westbrook, it's
Got
the
that
same.
Charles Barkley in him.
I was gonna say Allen Iverson.
Yeah, him
I was gonna
too.
say Allen Iverson.
AI is my favorite player ever. So I
That's
mean,
my
it's
favorite
sad.
player ever.
I know,
That's
he-
the whole reason I got this tattoo right now.
Man, like just that one,
He the whole reason I got
iconic
tattooed,
moment,
period.
him stepping over.
I looked at him like a superhero.
Dude, me too, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, for real, he was like,
Them baggy ass shorts.
he was such a raw, he was such a raw
Do-rags
player,
and shit
man.
Before the game,
Killed it,
like,
bro.
man,
I even had his Georgetown jersey when I was little, bro.
Okay.
I loved it. I was all about AI, man. But
Yeah,
same
yeah.
initials. It's one thing when you're a little kid. You're like, I'm a point guard with the same initials. Yeah, like you know what I mean. Like
It's
cool.
like with me, it's like AI, Chris Paul.
Steve Nash for me.
I watched I watched Steve Nash, like when I was playing ball and shit. I was watching Steve Nash trying to learn the pick and roll, and I watched like
Yeah.
a little highlight tape with him and Amari Stoudemire. They ran that pick and roll.
Dude,
like,
Stoudemire is
John
so
Stockton
good, man.
and Karl
Oh
Malone.
man, yeah, Karl Malone. Yeah, that was another one. Karl
A little bit
Malone.
more
He's the
flatter.
one that he didn't get a championship either. That probably he's
'Cause
probably
of-
one of the best players.
Because
That
of Jordan.
because Jordan
'Cause of
kept
Jordan.
so many
Jordan
people
stopped a
from
lot of
getting
people
it, bro.
winning the championships.
You know what though? Like I probably shouldn't bring it up because I don't know what the stories are, but there's a reason why they called him the mailman.
He delivered.
It was he was like
that was
it
his
had
thing,
something
'cause
to
he
do
always
with
delivers.
it had something to do with sleeping with girls.
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
shit.
that's why they called him the mailman.
Mm.
Yeah.
You guys remember Earl Boykins?
Yeah.
He was like the
He
shortest player in the NBA.
One of them.
One
you
of them.
got
Muggsy
Spud
Bogues.
Webb.
Muggsy
You got
Bogues.
That's-
You got Muggsy Bogues, Spud Webb, Earl Boykins. He played with the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, that's why I love the Denver Nuggets so much because Earl Boykins played with him, and only because he was so short, and I was
Nate
a short
Robinson.
kid.
Still a kid. Me
That's
too,
good.
me too, bro.
We
So
can't-
I was like,
hey,
I
me
just
too, yeah.
resonated with that. You know?
We
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
forget about Nate Robinson.
It's shifty though.
Yeah,
Low
yeah,
skill
yeah.
gravity,
Yeah.
man. I took
Dunk
advantage of
contest.
it, bro.
Yeah.
I was afraid of zero people, bro. I was willing
Oh,
to go
never.
out. It didn't matter to me.
Facts.
You big or not, don't matter.
I'm faster than you.
Yeah, I'm fast, and I promise you knock me out has no bearing on what I'm
Right.
doing. I'm not thinking about you.
Right.
I'm going to the basket. I promise. So like,
Yeah,
height had no difference for
we
me.
Can't, we can't forget about Nate Robb.
Oh, dude, of course not.
Even though I'm sorry, man. He
Yeah, that
boxing
that
match,
Jake Paul fight. Yeah. Yeah, that was bad news bears,
Bro,
bro.
the
Who- I don't know.
NFL players are fighting now. Le'Veon Bell.
Adrian
Yeah,
Peterson. Was it Adrian Peterson? No, it was. Hold on.
it was Le'Veon Bell fought. He knocked him out. Knocked him like pretty hard. He didn't knock him out, but like they.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
A
yeah.
lot of people from other sports, like what's his name? They used to play for the Jazz. Darren Williams. He boxing now. Nick Young. I
Yeah,
ain't
what-
gonna lie. He took
Right.
one. He
What-
got knocked through the ropes.
boxing's
That was-
picking up a lot of
that was
people. I think
shit.
that's probably their new play. Like, let's just get some athletes from other sports to
Well,
get some hype.
Sells
it's
pay-per-view.
not
Yeah.
it's not like the boxing federation. It's like DAZN and
Right,
like these
yeah.
other companies that are doing boxing matches. It's not like the World Boxing Federation.
But it's gonna
or whatever it is.
help them. It's got it.
Oh, 100%.
because they need
for
this
sure.
media because
More
UFC
people-
is
more people-
taking over. So
Well,
like to
More
another
people be
level.
watching those than like the actual.
For sure.
Canelo just fought Triple G like over the weekend,
Mhm.
and then like I mean some people because I work over there. Like some people came in and watched the fight, but it wasn't even like
Yeah.
how it used to be.
Yeah, Triple G was
Canelo
he's
won.
he's a little old to be fighting.
They both kind of you know what I'm saying, a little bit older.
But yeah, I mean, you know, when it comes to those fights, you've got Jake Paul fighting Anderson Silva coming up, and that's going to be a wild one, man.
Jake Paul is fighting Anderson Silva.
I gotta see Jake Paul actually fight.
They
a
love
real
fighting
boxer.
boxers out of retirement. That's their shtick.
That's all I'm
yeah,
saying.
well, that's
and a lot of them aren't even boxers. They were MMA fighters.
that's what
Jake Paul
Dana
real
White
boxing.
keeps
He's been
yelling.
fighting, like people that like okay, him and Nate Robinson. First of all, Jake Paul like 190. Nate Robinson
the weight
is
difference
about
is crazy, and
yeah,
also
that's why they have
some of
weight
them aren't even
classes.
fighters, and a lot of them are retired. Not saying that. Still, I'm not a hater on either of them. I think
I'm not hating.
They're doing their thing.
I'm just saying though, like
and it's
you gotta
impressive
keep it
for
fair.
sure.
You gotta. He's 190, and the dude he's fighting is 170.
It sells tickets.
Right.
That's what it's about. It's about.
Well,
selling
I mean, the thing is,
Yeah,
like,
this
like
boxing,
asses in
this
seats,
ain't,
bro.
This ain't like playing
Yeah.
basketball. That's boxing. Like they actually like, that's physical harm. You know, like.
I mean, it's life threatening. You know.
yeah, they
Like, you can't-
Mike
it's
Tyson
gotta
went
be-
and
it's
saw
gotta be a
Jake
fair
Paul
fight.
fight. He went and saw him spar last week, and he saw 15 seconds of it. He goes, he leans over to the guy. He goes, "Can we go see the fish?" Or something. Like, he was just over it. Like he didn't give two shits about Jake Paul sparring.
Right. I mean,
Like once he saw 15 seconds of it, he's like,
they're not gonna
okay.
fight a fighter that's actually actively fighting
That's
right now.
crazy.
Well, that's the thing. That's what Dana White always says.
We're the
is
top
that
of the
you're
game.
you're trying to like you're baiting these
Right.
like retired UFC fighters to try to fight because you're trying to get clout. You're trying to get
Yeah.
Which works,
Anderson
I mean,
Silva in
shout
so
out-
that
I
you'll
thought-
get all these people to watch the
I
fight.
thought Woodley was
What
like,
they're
when him
doing
and
is
Woodley-
working for them for
when,
sure.
When him and
Oh,
Woodley had
sure.
a fight, I thought Woodley had some on him, but I don't know. It'd be like a whole bunch of stuff before the fight. Like they say he bought Woodley a Rolex and
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
like,
and then you saw the twitch
You
in
ain't
the
gonna see
hand
Mike
before it
Tyson.
knocks him out.
yeah, I did see that too.
Yeah.
I'm just like, bro, you ain't gonna buy like you about to fight a dude.
Too strong.
Like, you ain't about to sit here. You think Mike Tyson go sit here and buy a man a Rolex right before the fight?
Mm-mm.
No.
He'll buy it
Hell no.
afterwards.
Mike Tyson-
after he breaks your jaw.
Mike Tyson isn't really fighting these days, but didn't he just fought
Roy Jones.
Roy
Roy
Jones.
Jones Jr.
Yeah, that was
like
a.
watching two of your uncles fight.
And
Yeah.
you're right, but I mean
Two of your uncles. at
They
the
didn't,
barbecue.
you know, they didn't want to
why would they?
head
I
hit.
mean-
It was
I
an
mean,
exhibition fight. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That they're both friends. They're trying
I'm
to
pretty
make that
sure I
money.
heard that Mike Tyson even likes to get high before he fights these
Oh, yeah.
days.
Yeah,
he's
he does.
smoking weed. I mean, he's smoking weed all the time, and he has that own cannabis
Damn.
strain. When I was out in Vegas not too long ago and saw his, I don't know if it was his dispensary or if his strain was just there, but I walked into this and it was like an Apple store on steroids.
Planet 13.
Yeah, that's what. Is that
Yeah.
his store? Or
No.
he just has a strain there. But
Yeah,
like,
it's a strain.
there was this humongous LED like board, and it was just like pictures of like Tyson, like just flexing with like different strains of his weed and stuff like that.
And it's
Like,
all in a glass cabinet,
this is
all
the
lit
future,
up.
man. I mean, we were all in the generation where, weed was extremely illegal.
Dude, when I it was wild. Like when I walked into Planet 13, I felt like I walked into that global gym from
the
Dodgeball.
Dodgeball, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
right, yeah,
like there were
exactly.
old ladies at the counter that were
Yeah.
like registering you in, and then like it was like
Yeah.
like it wasn't even a turnbuckle. Like once you walk up to it, there's like a little glass door that just opens up. That's only like 3 feet tall,
Right.
and then it's like this whole like LED
Sound effects and all.
floor,
Yeah.
bro. And then like so we walk in and I lean over to Kaylin, and I'm like, are we allowed to take photos of this stuff?
They were like-
She's like, I don't think so.
They were like, no, take photos, bro.
Bro, yeah. So like I leaned over to like one
Tag
of
us
this
too while
this
you're
old
at it.
great-
Right.
That's exactly. He's
Yeah.
like, bro, he's like, take as many photos as you want. Tag
Yeah.
us, do everything you
Yeah.
need. Yeah, it's like that's exactly what he said too. Some old guy with gray hair, bro. But
Yeah.
like all those bud tenders, man, they know exactly what they're talking about. And that
Yeah.
Tyson weed was fire too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it
he's
was
got to
nice,
figure. I
man.
mean, he's a big stoner now. Yeah, whatever you want to.
Good
call
for
it.
him. I think that house in Ohio is still vacant.
What he had a house in Ohio.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
does he have a house, man?
Yeah, it's
He's got
vacant.
an indoor pool, bro. He's got like I mean, it was fire for like 1980. Like this place is just kind of dilapidated. You can look it up on YouTube. There's people that like those urban explorers.
Why
that-
Ohio for the man?
Cleveland.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
He's
I
from
don't.
Cleveland.
No, he's from
Oh.
Brooklyn. He's from
Okay.
He's not from Brooklyn. He's from.
But why did he choose Cleveland, Ohio?
I don't know,
A
man.
lot of
Probably because
celebrities
it's low
like
key.
live in Ohio, like
Probably because how low key it
Man
is.
and
Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle, he stay in Yellow Springs.
Yeah.
Yellow Springs. Yeah, Afro Man is just basically Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah.
I didn't know Afro Man was here.
Yeah, he's just north of here.
And then plus, like in Cleveland, there's like the Rock and
Man.
Roll Hall of Fame. There's like a lot of things that are going on there. So
But
like,
it's also probably like pretty low key for them,
Yeah.
you know, people trying to get
Yeah.
away from like celebrities
Especially-
trying to get away from the
Yeah,
Cali
have a
scene
getaway
and
spot,
the New
yeah.
York stuff and
Yep.
like not be noticed, you know, as
Mm.
much as possible, you know. But yeah, Afro Man, I didn't know he was in Ohio.
Yeah,
he's from Palmdale.
Brown County. That's where
yeah,
he's
he's
been.
not that far from here. Yeah.
He's
Oh, no
been.
shit.
So his house got raided like 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
For
And,
Bud?
Well, that's what they tried. They tried going for kidnapping and marijuana, right?
He's savage.
So he's got security cameras all through his house, and they broke his front door. They broke his gate to his driveway, parked all in his grass.
Parked in his grass.
Yeah,
emphasis
bro.
on park. They parked on my grass. They fucked my grass up. I
Bro,
swear.
they-
a little
they-
skid mark.
Yeah.
They busted the door down,
Yeah.
and then they tried to like, he's got security systems through the whole house. They try to disarm it, but he's got video of them over there talking about disarming it and wanting to disarm it, and they decide not to. They didn't find any drugs. They didn't find anybody kidnapped, but they still stole $4,000 out of his house and said that it was drug money.
And
It's
then
like, that's theft, bro. That's fucking theft at this point. Like, you, not only did you damage my house while I was out of town, you came there for a frivolous fucking
Endeavor.
yeah, bro. Like there was no a kidnapping. Come on, bro.
Then he
Like, get
wasn't
outta
even
here.
there. His
What were they
wife,
trying
his
to
wife
get-
was
it's just
there.
his
They
wife
sent him
there,
talking
yeah.
to his wife about like sports, the NBA.
Yeah,
by
they
the
were
way,
having,
gonna
like,
take these four,
casual
what is 4
conversation with
Gs?
her.
What is 4 Gs? I mean, come on, you're gonna take 4 Gs just to like
And he goes,
prove a point.
Yeah, and he's like, "You think that's drug money? I'm a rapper. I make money by performing."
But
like,
you have that one weed song, and weed is technically not legal here. So, yeah, you're technically a criminal. Like, I don't know. Like, what is their shtick there?
it is legal in Ohio if you got a
Medically
legal.
legal.
card.
But it just doesn't make any sense. I mean,
And
they're
it-
probably just coming up with bullshit claims on like
For sure.
to kick down the door.
Big arrest, if you will. Like,
They were
but
like,
it's not like
imagine
it's
if we got Afro Man.
Yeah,
like,
like-
imagine if we got Afro Man, we'd be so famous. Imagine the press. So they probably like, yeah,
That's crazy.
like their
prob-
version of clout, bro.
They'll
like,
give
yeah,
us
right,
give us the key
exactly.
to the city.
yeah,
Right, it's
like,
the
come
key
on,
to-
yeah.
oh my God.
And like my wife was like, "These dumb motherfuckers. Like, he's OG. You think he's gonna keep all that shit in the house? Like,
You're
you guys
right,
are idiots."
dude. I mean, come on. I mean, what are we doing here? That's ridiculous.
It's
Like,
a bad use of our resources, bro.
I mean, are you that? Are you?
They was
There's,
being.
you
They
don't
was
have
being
other
thirsty.
things to do.
They was being thirsty.
Gosh, there's not other things. I mean, there's so many problems out there that you guys could be helping with.
And that's the same thing he said.
You're trying
man.
to catch clout, fucking busting Afro Man,
Yeah.
and to get those headlines when there's people out there that a lot of people, all of us need help here. Help us, not trying to get clout for you for arresting people.
Right.
Right,
That's
yeah.
that's the justice at this point. I don't know.
All right, man. Is there anything you want to shout out? Anything you want to talk about before we get out of here?
Oh shoot, man. No, man. Just check out ilicomedia.com. That's ILICO-media.com. And let's work together. We're a new media company coming out of Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky area. Ilico Media, we make videos. We're at your neck, and we're also the resident cinematographers for Native Brand.
Hey,
just now solidified it with my man
Lock
Jay
it in.
Banks here. Yeah, but
We'll see you on Tuesdays.
So
Yeah.
so what's Ilico? What did you? Because I love the topography of the small I, the capital L, the small
yeah.
I.
If you also look at the logo is
Spell it one more time, too.
ILICO, and the logo is also the first 3 letters of the word ILI. Kind of, if you're high and looking at it in a weird way, but yeah. So that's what I try to do. Like, it's because also the typography, like Jay said, is this lower. The I's are lowercase, so like I try to make the
for
logo
sure.
kind of look like the ILI, and I have some designs that are in the process that kind of play off of that a little bit more, but I'll go on this really quick because we've been here for a minute, but I've been working in video production as a creative for a decade, and I wanted to start a brand for the longest time, and mostly because nobody would hire me out of college, and I was like, if they're not gonna, if they don't see my worth, I'm gonna show them
For
my
sure.
worth, and so
oh yeah.
that's kind of how we got here, but. And so I came up with iLico just because I needed to solidify a brand moniker because companies wanted to work with me, and I was Nick Shultz Media for the longest time, just my name. And as I grew a bit older and bigger brands wanted to work with us or work with me, I was like, I don't want it to be about me. I don't want to be Nick Shultz. I want it to be a collective, Sure. And I wanted to grow it. And so I dabbled with names for the longest time. I was looking at Balance Media. I was looking at Focal Visionary or Focal Media, Shift Media, whatever, this, that, and the other. But like, as you can imagine, every single iteration of every word and the word media is taken on the internet in the English language. Like you can type in cheese media, which is a random thing I come with, and I guarantee you there's some Colorado-based media company
for sure.
that's crushing it. So Balance, Shift, Focal, Focus,
all taken already.
All taken, and like I did a lot of studying, and I've done a lot of work in advertising in like the SEO field, search engine optimization, and I didn't want to be competing with ad space or like internet space with somebody that's way bigger than us. So, so I landed a contract with I needed to pitch to land this contract, and I eventually landed with a big music festival in Atlanta called Sweetwater Brewery. If you guys are familiar with Sweetwater beer. So they reached out, and because they've seen some of my work that I've done in the Columbus music scene, and they were like, we want you to pitch to cover our music festival. I was like, all right. So I needed to have an LLC. I needed to have a COI, certificate of insurance, and I needed to have all these things. And so iLico started in January of 2022, so it's about 7-8 months old. And I was like kind of frantically looking for a name, and I've been trying to figure out a name for 2 years, and everything's been taken, and I also couldn't like land on anything. So I went into the Latin dictionary, and I started to just go through the pages like online, and just like looking at stuff. And I knew I wanted that to be the logo, and I knew I wanted the logo to match the lettering in some weird kind of way.
Right.
And so I went straight to L's. I went to the I's. And when I went into the I's, I found the word iLico. And then the definition of iLico in Latin means on the spot.
Oh, dope.
Nice.
That kind of works,
Okay.
So
on the spot.
On the spot media.
On the spot.
On the spot media, yeah.
That's
So
cool.
so I'm working on a bunch of on marketing and stuff like that. So we're gonna have some fun with like some like Latin or like some like Greek god or something like that, and like some weird like garb from like 1400 or 13 or like 1800 or 800 BC
Right.
type stuff, and like on the spot media, some goofy like that. But anyway, so that's how I came up with the name.
Dope,
I was
bro.
in a pinch, and I went through the Latin dictionary and found iLico, and it matched the branding, and I went with it. So it's kind of
pretty ill.
random, yeah.
Yeah, man.
So
That's-
iLico media.
That's the thing is how
Yeah.
names come to be.
Yeah.
They're like whether they come to you in a dream or they're on somebody's Xbox tag. It's just there's so many random ways things happen. So you just got to find your path and go.
Yeah,
And you seem the branding's great.
Yeah.
That business card.
That's all me.
I still have that business card on my
cool. I appreciate
my
that,
dresser,
man.
man. Of course, yeah, I see it.
Yeah, that's all me, man.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm trying to build it because I don't want it to be all me, man. And I could really use all the help I could get.
We got you, bro.
Yeah. As far as this help with everything, like I don't want to be doing all the branding. I don't want to be doing all the advertising. I'm tired of being a one-man show. That's why I built iLico, and I'm bringing on cinematographers and editors, and working on getting some social media advertising in there, just because I want it to be way bigger than me, just like how Native is,
For sure, and that's how it's going to happen, man, is by grabbing people, like-minded people like yourself, and just getting everybody on board, man. And like I've said it a lot of times, I'm doing 75 in the fast lane, and I don't expect everybody to do 75 in the fast lane.
Yeah.
But if you can do 75 in the fast lane, you're going to be able to keep up. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
sir.
And if you don't, if you're in the next lane doing 60, cool. You know what I mean? You'll be able to catch up at some point. But we're on this fast pace, man. And if you can keep up like with what we're doing, like hop on board, man, because we're trying to make waves for sure.
Absolutely.
You guys want to keep this podcast going? I've got to go home and get some sleep, bro.
Oh man, well, let's wrap it up, bro.
Let's
We
go.
got it. We got 2.5 hours in, bro. It's time to go, man. It's I'm down. I'm down to, unless you guys want to talk about some.
I mean, I think we've covered everything. We've got The weekend on the levee's getting real busy, so you should stop down and see what we got going on here, man. We got new merch, we got Bengals stuff ready to go, and that whiteout game is just over.
What's that date again? 26?
29.
Thursday the 29th.
Yes, yes. So come down and get your gear and get ready, get
Yeah,
fit
mention
right.
mention the podcast, and we'll give you 10%
Yes.
off, which is great for the people that have been paying attention for 2 full hours. So just say, hey, I heard Jay say 10% off on the podcast, and we'll give you 10% off on any of the merch that you buy here.
Yep.
So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Kurt, you want to give any shout outs before you get out here?
Yeah, man,
I'm gonna give a shout out to Athenia because she told us about the sound system.
Yeah, man.
Man, we would have been
The whole thing, bro.
The whole thing would have not even knew.
Yeah, so we're gonna. So
definitely a shout out to her.
if she wants one of the native shirts that we have, we'll ship it out to her or give it to Nick.
It depends on where she's at in New York. I'll be in Jersey and I'll be in East Village, Manhattan.
Yeah. Or if she wants like a native with like Brooklyn's area code, like a 718 or 212, like some New York area code, just let us know, man, and we'll get it out to her, bro. That's super dope that she's checking in, man.
I talked to her yesterday.
She saved the episode.
We went to high school together.
Okay.
Dope,
We've been knowing
bro.
each other since we was 14.
Fuck yeah. And so she's coming back in town, or she's staying out in New York?
She she was in the military and she's been all
travels
over the
everywhere
world.
when that
Yeah,
happens.
but right now, she over in New York.
Dope.
And one of my homeboys, he hit me up and told me, you know what I'm saying, pretty much like all 3 of us went to high school together. He hit me up. We got in touch. We had like a little FaceTime talk, and I told her about the podcast. I was like, tune in.
Dope, bro. Hell yeah. Yeah, we'll make sure we send her out some stuff for sure, man.
Yeah,
I'll talk to her when we get off.
Yeah, just text Andrew and me, let us know what area code and what size she wants, and we'll get it printed for her.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, tomorrow night we're also doing a sports talk podcast. Every Wednesday nights we do a
You guys
sports.
do that here too?
Yeah, we do it. We actually move a table and we have a little bit different setting, but it's one camera. We just kind of talk about like whatever's happening in each game. We do a weekly pick'ems. We're looking for people that want to be a part of it. Send us your pick'ems in, and we'll do a whole board each week, and we'll announce a winner, on each podcast. The next week. But like the podcast is fun because like we're talking stats, we're talking names, we're talking the best athletes in each sport. We talk basketball, baseball. We're talking a lot of football right now, of course, because the season's just getting started. But like it's fun, man.
Yeah,
we do a little trivia here and there. I'll throw out a trivia question.
Like last week it was me, you, and Wolfman. And
Yeah,
then the
yeah.
week before it was me, you, and Sal.
Yeah.
Hey,
We've been running it for. I mean, we're episode 46. We're about to be episode 47. So we've been doing it for a little while now. So it's been different versions of the same show. We've moved from store to store. So, but yeah, man, we've been keeping it going, and it's fun because I like to talk sports. I think that it's something that we're selling clothes, we're selling streetwear, but like there's sports involved in the middle of everything, area codes in different cities. So like we're down for anyone to be a viewer of any city because we're not just talking Bengals. Bengals, of course, are important, but we're talking everybody. We're talking what Justin Fields is doing in Chicago. We're talking, we're talking all the guys that play at Alabama. We talk college sports. We talk basketball. We talk LeBron. We talk Michael Jordan. We talk Allen Iverson. Then we'll shift to soccer for a little bit. We'll talk FC Cincinnati, and then we'll shift over to UC football. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're talking everything. So if you want to tune in, it's about a half an hour to 45 minutes.
Yep.
We post we share it on Thursdays. Right before the game, Thursday night game happens. But yeah. We record it Wednesday nights. It's a good time, man. We have fun. So tune in.
Yeah, bro. And I want to get a sneaker podcast going because like
Hey.
these right here,
the
bro.
Pumas, huh?
These are.
Did you make this?
No, man. These were a limited edition by a guy named Alexander John.
Shout out.
Which he's an amazing.
He's awesome, man.
Your homie across the way would be good with that, huh?
Yeah. We've already talked about trying to do a sports podcast,
What was his
or not a
name?
sports podcast, like a
Shoot.
sneaker podcast. Yeah. But yeah, Alexander
Sneakerheads on the
Johns,
levee, bro.
he's fire, bro. He's a great designer, and we became somewhat friends, man. After I picked up these shoes, but we're supposed to be doing a collaboration together, man. This he does these new Nike shoes that he's got coming out, bro, are insane. Oh, they're like the dopest fucking Nikes I've seen in probably 10 years. And like the fact that this dude made them, and they've got like the old elephant print, which is like right down my alley, like the black with the gray elephant print, and then the red old school Nike logo. Like his shoes are fire that he's coming out with, man. So hopefully we'll be able to collaborate on something. He's got new stuff coming out like once a month with a new shoe line. So I'm just trying to keep up with him, man. Like we've been talking about trying to collaborate on one of his shoe designs to come out where we can come out with a shirt to correlate with it. But yeah, that's one of those things. I want to do a sneaker podcast, and I want to do a conspiracy theory podcast, bro, because that's. You know.
We're gonna cover it all.
I'd probably fit the most in on the conspiracy.
Yeah.
Podcast.
Oh, we're here for it too. I mean, we're on the rabbit hole too. I just like sports, and we have the right people. We have the right people around, man.
Sure,
like,
yeah.
I mean, I wanna do a. There's a lot of things we can do in the store that I want to do, man. I got some plans. So like, we just have a lot of media and we need content to make. But we need people to come down the levee and check out what we're doing
Come
here.
check it out.
Come
Come
check
say
it
hey,
out,
next time
man.
we're doing
Newport
this.
Levee.
Yeah, man. There's a lot going down here.
Newport Levee.
Join our
coming
think
back.
tank. Let's do it.
It's coming back. It's making a comeback.
It is.
Y'all.
It
it's
is.
Here.
It's, and the craziest part is like the advertising has been really limited. They haven't really done a lot of major like.
The levee. What are you doing?
Right,
iLico
right.
Media.
They just put like
iLico-media.com.
It's word of mouth. It's word of mouth, and the amount of people that are coming to the levee is just as much as
Word
ever.
of mouth doesn't
but we
work
need
that
to-
much.
It is working.
Well, it does work. It does work.
But the amount of people coming to the levee is like these numbers are crazy. They're insane.
Yeah.
But that's word of mouth. That's people being like, hey, I'm checking out the levee. After a while, if we got these weekends going to the point where the weekdays are just as busy, because like we get events down here, just wait till this the Whiteout Thursday is going to be next level.
They just
but
put
like
the venue. They're
doing trivia nights. There's a lot going on here. We're ready to get this store to the next level, and all these other businesses around here would love it if everyone came down and check it out, man. There's a lot going on here. It's been refurbished. It
good
looks
times.
new, man. The movie theater's still
Velocity
here.
Sports, bro.
Yeah,
You
man.
can go get cheap drinks and play games all day. It's like it's
and
a whole vibe.
Their food's fire, bro. Like,
Yeah.
everything they got there, like even the ketchup feels like it's like custom made ketchup.
That food they gave us at first was so
when you
good.
got
The
good ketchup.
tacos.
Yeah.
They brought those tacos.
Yes.
Frico tacos.
Oh
yeah.
man,
Tacos was
man.
good.
Yeah, I mean, we're filled with solid companies around here. So worth your time. Come check it out. Let's go.
For sure.
Dope. All right, everybody. It's going to wrap up another
Yes,
episode
sir.
of the PowWow. So I appreciate you guys. If you want to be a part of it, next week we've got the USS Nightmare crew that we're interviewing. So if you guys want to be interviewed, comment below or DM one of us, and we'll get you on the schedule. So this is going to wrap up another episode of the PowWow. I love you guys. Appreciate you.
ya.
We'll see you next week. We're out of here.
Bye.
See y'all.
Later.